big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count up to 37.
Oh! This is where I think we're going to see the caution. Oh! Here comes Angela, though. He'll have the run. Zach Carr, the newest below the WL Cup Series champion. Welcome to VSPEED, your home for sim racing excitement, providing dramatic moments from iRacing and beyond. We offer broadcasting for leagues across iRacing and specialized packages to help grow your league and advertise your sponsors. Shot at it, I think, and right now Stravato with that advantage. It's half a car length the difference between first and second going into turn 1. He gives the bumper to Connor Horn.
These two have gone all year to get to this point. Jacob Shorba drifting up the racetrack. They make contact. The 88 goes around. The 95 goes around. The 12 caught in it.
Our design team can help you create anything from paint schemes to sim rig parts with expertise in both 2D and 3D design with 3D printing capabilities. Looking to get into broadcasting yourself? We can help you design and operate custom overlays to make your stream look as professional as possible. Our team can create and manage custom merchandise sales for you and your team. Check out our shop to see what we have in stock and how we can create some awesome merch for you. Check out our race replays on YouTube or catch us live weekly on Twitch. Visit us at vspeedsim.com to see how we can help you on your iRacing journey. Hello and welcome to the Martin Sports Auto Club 200 here tonight in the Below the Double Yellow Premier Series, race number 2 of Season 6 in the Below the Double Yellow Racing League. Live tonight from Auto Club Speedway. Going to be a really good one after a very exciting opening race at Daytona last week. My name's Adam Baker. I'm up here in the booth with Alec Martinez. Alec, I know you've been talking with these guys down there in the pit lane and on the racetrack. How are they feeling about tonight's race?
Well, I'll tell you, they're feeling very loose so far, and that's what this setup was built for. It's built loose, and these guys, we've been seeing these guys racing each other at the back end, stepping out from under them. As you can see, Adam Cabot are getting a little loose there in the middle of 3 and 4, and actually spinning. Hopefully, we don't have too many spins tonight, but that's the one thing about this track. This is the oldest surface in NASCAR Cup Series competition, and the oldest surface in actually all the NASCAR circuits until I think, which was Atlanta, and then it got repaved this year. But man, it's going to be such a good race. My home track here, out here in Fontana, California. It's hot, it's slick, and it's going to be a good one. So far, all the lanes are usable, so should provide some good racing tonight after it hopefully can back up last week at Daytona, which was a heck of a race as well.
Yeah, definitely an incredible finish in the last race. Adam Cabot taking the opening win of the season, and we'll see who can get to victory lane here tonight from Auto Club. 100 laps tonight, 200 miles at this 2-mile D-shaped oval. And tonight's payout bonus is for fastest average lap time. So that's probably going to be the leader, but it's not always the case.
Never know.
Interesting to see who gets that here tonight. But take a look at the track conditions coming into tonight's event. 81-degree air temp, 126 degrees Fahrenheit for that track temp. That is going to be slick.
Yes, it will be, and I tell you, these guys are already having problems. Cold tires are going to be hard, as you can see. Looks like Kyle McGarver's having a good time so far. Looks like he's getting loose. Jeremy Miller, on the other hand, getting loose out the corner out of my screen. But let me tell you, these cars, the way they drive here, especially with a hot track temp, you don't want to get these cars kicked out too much or these cars go around. We saw it at Pocono with Austin Cindric and also Kurt Busch and a few other guys like Ross Chastain, William Byron, some of the best in the world driving stock cars, having problems with these cars stepping out. With these guys, I'm sure we might have 1 or 2 salve spins. Hopefully we won't have any. We'll go clean and green. But 2-mile tracks also, what we saw last year when a thrilling finish was Seth Hatchell and Angelo Ronis was a photo finish here. All the lanes hopefully will be usable tonight. I tell you, we are going to have a heck of a race. The competition is going to be one thing, and we talked about the competition last week at Daytona, that it's one of the most stacked fields, if not the most stacked field in BTDY history. And now it's going to show a track that's not as much of a, I don't know what you would want to call it, a lucky track, or even if that may be a track that's not considered to be, where talent matters. We're here, talent will matter, and I guarantee you the best of the best are going to shine, and the best of the best are going to be competing for wins tonight. And, here's to see who's going to be walking out of here with the trophy here.
As Keith Mayato currently fastest in qualifying on lap number 1, Seth Hatchell, his teammate, jumps to second across the stripe right there, just 93 hundredths, or thousandths rather, off his fast time. Joshua Banks the third. Here goes Michael Sturgill now to the top of the charts on his second lap time. Matthew Zwack, who was fastest in the practice session, now Mayato tops that, so he goes back to the top of the boards here. It's going to be interesting to see who makes their way up there. I know Brody Hayes was quick in practice as well. He's currently 11th, looking to try and improve here across the stripe. Not going to be able to do that. He'll stay down there outside the top 10 at the moment. And Hatchell getting shuffled down the running order now to
fourth.
Oh, actually just got back up to fourth there. They were jumping all over the place.
Fifth. Yeah, last year's champion Zach Carr goes to fifth. Somebody we haven't seen, wasn't at Daytona or the Clash, Dylan Parker. In seventh right now, as I believe Ryan Gimmel jumped up to third, and you can see Dylan Parker in that peak performance. Chevrolet Camaro blue with light blue, baby blue flames. That looks like a nice scheme painted by Doug DeNice. So far, big stacked top 10 so far. Looking at guys that haven't qualified yet, I believe AJ Stravato has not turned a lap yet.
On track right now. We'll ride on board with him, see what he can do here as he gets up to speed. And to note, Ryan Gemmel, who you just mentioned, he has a race win at Michigan, the sister track to this one. And that's one of his 2 career wins. Also ran very well at this one last season.
Yeah, he did. And last year, I believe, Chris Samard won Michigan. So, another one to consider.
The lap time in, he does currently scored 12th on the charts. We are on board here with AJ Stravato. He's going to make his way down into turn number 3. Currently, no lap time, but he's got just this lap, I think, final opportunity. Interesting. He's going to run the lower middle line. Gets big slide right there.
He hit the wall.
Yeah, so
Should
this lap,
be good, but he's going to be starting deep in the field, and I believe. Oh no, it counted, but that's going to be good enough for 24th. 24th. Yeah, it's going to have to be a long way to climb, but I think these cars are going to be able to pass a little bit. But track position is going to mean a lot. We've seen with these cars, even on the smaller tracks, dirty air is going to be a factor, and I think it will play a factor. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting, this race. A lot of lines to choose from. You can see there's 5 lanes wide, and every lane will probably be usable. So it's going to be interesting to see how guys are going to be able to make passes. And I'm assuming we'll probably be a little more packed up. But looking at times, tire fall-off seems to be a big thing. I think we'll get the fields pretty spread out. 2 green flag pit stops will be necessary to make it to the end here. So, man, I can't wait for this race. It's going to be an amazing race. I have a feeling it will be.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to this one, seeing how it's going to shake out. But Keith Mayato looks like he's going to be your pole sitter here. A few drivers yet to qualify, but it looks like we tick past that 5-minute mark. Jeff Wright getting back up to speed. Looks like he's still going to try and attempt a lap, although I think they've gone to the drivers' meeting. So we'll let them tackle that, and we will be right back after a word from tonight's race sponsor. We're back at the racetrack here for the Martin Sports 200 from Auto Club Speedway. We've brought one of the drivers up into the booth, Storm Patterson. Alec, I believe you're with him down there on pit road.
I am. Storm, you're going to be rolling off here. Let me check. It's 21st. We saw you sliding around in practice. So how are we feeling for this race here now that we're getting ready to go and get in your cars?
I feel good. I really like this car track combo. The setup feels real good. It's nice and loose. I feel like that definitely fits into my driving style. But yeah, I feel good. Qualifying doesn't show for it. We would have had a really good lap, but I kind of sold there at the end and wrecked on my second lap. So we'll hopefully roll off, pick off some good positions. Not where we want to be on pit road, being so far back, but we'll try to make it work and try to be up there at the end.
Well, good luck tonight, brother, and looking forward to getting you watching your wheel out there.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
All right, good luck, man.
That is Storm Patterson, and it looks like drivers gridding up now. So we are going to go to our starting grid for tonight's race. See where your favorite drivers are rolling off here this evening. On the pole tonight, it's going to be Keith Maiato in the number 36 VSPEED machine. He takes his first pole of the season. So far, only VSPEED cars taking the poles. It was Samar last week, now Maiato this week. Matthew Zwack, though, will roll off from second. Great lap from him as well. Starting in the third position, it's going to be Ben Baffert. Fourth tonight will be Ryan Gemmel. Starting fifth, Michael Sturgill. Starting in sixth, the two-time champion Seth Hatchell, last year's winner of this race. Zach Carr rolling off from the seventh position. Dylan Parker going to be starting from eighth in his debut. Jeremy Miller starting from ninth tonight, and Joshua Banks rounds out the top 10.
Bailey Turner will be starting 11th. Adam Cabot starting 12th. Last week's winner at Daytona. Last week's pole sitter Chris Samar will be starting 13th. Nick Gardner 14th. 15th, Eric Hutton. 16th, the runner-up in this race last year, Angelo Ronis. 17th will be James Loveland. Kyle McGarvey will be in 18th. Brody Hayes, 19th. And Luke Canup will be in 20th.
21st tonight, Storm Patterson. Reggie Ortega rolls off 22nd. Sartaj Man will roll off 23rd. Eddie Trejo starts from the 24th position. AJ Stravato's got his work cut out for him, the previous champion. Going to be rolling off 25th. Dennis Faircloth starts from 26th. And final driver with a time is going to be Lyle Sulfridge, 27th. Jeff Wright rolls off 28th. Dane Cruz rolls off 29th. And Jeremiah Vincent starts from the 30th position.
Paul Sullivan will start 31st. Eric Lambert, 32nd. Daniel Cunningham, 33rd. Kyle Payne, 34th. Robert Gilmore, 35th. And Jordan Brackel, 36th, rounding out your field tonight for the Martin Sports 200 here at Auto Club. I'm telling you, it's going to be a race. Adam, who's your pick?
Well, my pick tonight, I think Seth Hatchell could go 2 in a row at this racetrack.
Yeah.
He's got a good starting spot there in 6th. He's going to be my pick to try and get it done here tonight.
Loved what I saw in practice. He's starting on the front row. Matthew Zwack going to bring that 18 back into winning form. It's been a while since the 18 car's been in victory lane. I don't mean to, brag or anything, but it's been a while. And it'd be cool to see the 18 win at my home track. It's cool to see. So I think Matthew Zwack's going to be taking her home as a winner tonight here in California.
It's the 18 car's gone to victory lane here in real life before, in dramatic fashion before, a couple of times, so very possible the Reese's machine could take the victory here tonight. We're about to get underway, though, from Auto Club for Race 2 in the Below the Double Yellow Premier Series pace car onto pit road. It's going to be Keith Maiato and Matthew Zwack leading us to the green flag here. Tonight's race brought to you by Martin Sports. Green flag in the air. We're off and away. Already moves being made. There goes Baffert down to the inside. 3 wide down into turn number 1.
Wide front straight and little wide corners here. You're going to see these guys fanning out 3, 4 wide in the middle of the pack. The 56 are going to have to be easy on these colder tires. So far, no issues behind everybody taking it nice and easy. Baffert still on the bottom. Maiato jumping away from Zwack, and now Zach Carr up into third as well.
Yeah, Carr jumps to that top side right there behind the 18. Also, Michael Sturgill starting to make some moves up to 5th position side by side. Look at Jeremy Miller up.
Big wreck! Big wreck in the middle, 3 and 4. McGarvey, Hutton, Samard spins.
Loveland's around.
They're still wrecking.
Yeah, Reggie Ortega around.
Yeah, McGarvey. I believe that's Reggie Ortega spun in the pits. James Loveland around.
Lots of drivers involved here. Opening lap wreck. Maybe what we were expecting after how difficult this car was to drive for some of these guys. Let's take a look at how this started. I think Knupp, did he start it?
That was two separate incidents, I think. I think Gardner got loose. Yeah, Gardner and Samard started coming up a little bit. Yeah, you can see right there. Oh! And I think AJ Servato just missed the wreck too, but Knupp's probably going to be done.
Oh my
what
goodness.
a avoidance.
So what was the other? It was Nick Gardner that lost it on his
Yeah,
own
Nick
as
Gardner
well.
and Chris Samard.
Trying to find Gardner here in the running order. There he is. Oh, Samard. Yeah, let's take a look here. 16 starting to slide a little bit. Samard starts drifting up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Hutton
Kind of met in the middle.
involved.
Hutton, McGarvey, Loveland, Ortega, and then Knupp, obviously. And then Eddie Trejo spinning down there. Cunningham,
Ooh,
hard hit.
Jeremiah Vincent just avoided that. Taking a look here, Samard. He's going to be all right, I think. Did he get collected at the end? No, he looks good there. Very lucky.
Bodies. Some of these guys should be fine. I think Luke Knupp definitely going to be one guy out of there. I think that tail link's probably broken, but Cunningham also a lot of damage. Oh, man, McGarvey as well. I think we should talk to Jeremiah Vincent after missing that one. What do you think?
Yeah, he just narrowly avoided that one. Incredible awareness there to slow down and go to the bottom of all of that. AJ Servato, same situation for him, really. He just had to slam on the brakes here. He was already getting loose as well, but look at Samard come down across the track. He stays off, and oh, man, he's lucky.
He was actually lucky that Cunningham hit him because he probably would have ran into the door of the 42. Cunningham kind of got him out of the way for AJ to miss, but I don't know if he got a little bit of damage even from hitting the 42, just a tiny bit. So
Very possible.
big wreck early. I think we should pull in Jeremiah Vincent after that.
Yeah, we can talk to him here.
All right. Hey, Jeremiah Vincent, you got a copy?
Yeah, copy.
How are you feeling after just narrowly avoiding that one?
Well, not too confident in the rest of the race right now. The way it's looking. But, yeah, that was a little too close. I even got a little bit of, I think a little net code on it. So I got
Is the car good?
I think so. I had my
All right.
teammate look at the door. He said it don't look bad.
Heck yeah. Well, we wish you good luck, man, and hopefully you don't have any more close calls tonight.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck, man. Yeah. Definitely a lot of cars taken out early. I mean, that was at least, I would say, a 6-7 car wreck there, maybe more.
Yeah, it looks. I think most of them are going to be able to continue on, but there's definitely.
Ortega's fine.
I think the most damage might be to the 14 machine.
Yeah, I think Cunningham's probably done. Knupp's also sitting in pit road. McGarvey's also sitting in pit road. So.
Yeah, Luke Knupp with big nose damage there. The 14 has taken it behind the wall. McGarvey, yeah, also he's got a broken right front. Brody Hayes, the last car on the lead lap right now. Yeah, the car looks all right. I don't think he's going to have any. He's got a little bit of damage there on the left rear. Nothing too crazy.
It shouldn't affect too much, I don't think. Yeah, like we said, the setup is loose, and cold tires, impact that even more, and I think we saw it right there. So I think the guys are now aware of what they have. Turn 3 and 4 has been the more treacherous corner, more of the less banked corner compared to turn 1 and 2. A little bit more banking, kind of let the banking flow with you in the car. And in turn 3, it flattens off, then it gets banked, and it kind of upsets the balance of the cars here, and they definitely start. It definitely gets the car, and then guys aren't used to it, especially with this rack and pin in steering. These guys, it's hard to catch it really quick.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky to do that all race long here. Keith Mato and Matthew Zwack still somehow staying here on the front row. Really nothing has changed up in the top 4 positions. I think maybe Baffert and Carr swapped spots, but pace car back in. We're going to be going green once again. We'll see if we can go a whole lap around. My Auto in control gets us going in the restart zone. Green flag in the air.
Good restart there for Keith Mato. Zach Carr able to break away. Eric Hutton up in the outside wall.
Oh,
Looks
man.
like stacking up already.
Yeah, he got involved in that caution as well, so all the way at the back of the lead lap now. Right side damage on the 88 machine. But they are racing it up already here inside the top 5. Michael Sturgill trying to make a move. Cuts the nose off of Jeremy Miller there. They race down the backstretch. Things going on all throughout the field.
Restart a little more bunched up, as you can see. Zwack jumps down and takes away the line of Ben Baffert there. Restart looks a little more calm here. Nothing yet. Nobody going around yet. clear off of turn 2 will finally complete at least one green flag lap. Jeff Wright gets loose, saves it down the back in the front stretch. Really loose for him, but all good here. Look at the push that Ben Baffert's given Matthew Zwack going into turn 1.
A big shove down in the corner as Auto leads by, 5-6 car lengths probably now through turns 1 and 2. Jeff Wright was able to collect the race car, rides 22nd behind AJ Stravato and Jeremiah Vincent right there as well. How about Chris Simard still in it here? The car looks really good. No major damage on that 37. These composite bodies taking a nice little beating there and bouncing right back. As side-by-side, Zach Carr up the hill a little bit right there.
Virgil. Hey, look at Keith Maiato starting to gap a little bit on the field here. He's got about a 4 or 5/10 gap on Matthew Zwack, but Baffert pushing him. You can see Sturgio up on the apron. Got to get in line with that draft here for these first few laps. But look at all the lines being used here into turn 1. Look at guys, bottom of the racetrack, middle, top. So everything looks fine here. The restart was under review, but no further investigation needed. Well, I just went F1 there, but you know, no investigation needed so far. And there was an incident with Eric Hunt, but he was all good. Looks like he just got up into the wall, and things starting to get a little more spaced out here. As you can see, these guys are using all the lines here in 3 and 4.
James Loveland was caught up in that initial wreck as well. He gets passed up by Brody Hayes, who I think just brushes the wall right there behind the 9 of Jeremiah Vincent. I saw Jeff Wright go all the way up to the outside wall. Look at the big shove from him to Dennis Faircloth. He pushes him down into turn number 1. This is just outside the top 20. And AJ Stravato starting to make progress forward up to 19th now. Keep an eye on that 33. He could be there by the end. He's right behind Eric Lambert, the Simulators Anonymous machine, as well as Dane Cruz, another driver I'd expect to make his way forward.
He's starting to make his way up. I think he started in the 28th position. He's already up to 17th, already up 11 spots. Or sorry, 29th. So he's up 12 spots. He's got a hard-charging AJ Stravato behind him, though. But at the front, everything kind of starting to single file out. Auto, man, pulling out a big lead already, 0.6 of a second. Then Baffert and Carr kind of tandem drafting. And now, at last week's winner, Adam Cabot starting to make his way up to the front with Joshua Banks as well underneath Miller.
Good run down through turn number 1. He's going to go all the way to the white line. That can be a little bit dangerous. You can see the back end start to wiggle there. He's now going to get a little help from Michael Sturgill. A little draft down the backstretch here, but Sturgill, nobody in front of him. He's going to have to tuck back in line. Still nose to tail here, 2nd through 5th. And Maiato's still about 0.6 out in front. Got to be careful, though, not to burn his stuff up too quickly.
As you can see, Jeremy Miller gets really loose off of turn 4. And almost collects the 35. His teammate of Joshua Banks. Sturgill now underneath Zach Carr, but a big loss of momentum for the 30 of Miller. Baffert seems like he's holding these guys up as they're almost going 3 wide. Thinks better of it now, and Sturgill looks like he's got some pace in that 90. That 27 also has some pace as well. Banks and Cabot almost going side by side behind them. Baffert holding on that in that top, I guess more of the outside lane compared to Sturgill. More momentum to roll.
Going to try again down here in turns 3 and 4. The number 90 machine gets a little bit tight right there, has to lift.
The air. And now we talk about the air, dirty air. You follow in that wake of the car in front of you. I'm sure you've heard about it all year, whether it's in the Real Cup Series or... we got a spin! Big contact in the front stretch!
Oh, that is Eric Lambert into the wall hard. And also Brody Hayes involved. Possibly James Loveland is the 31... able to lock it down here, but he's still rolling, and he might get hit by... Oh boy.
Just missed him.
That's so close right there. Let's see what happened. That started with Lambert, I think, possibly.
Oh, and Loveland got in as well. See here, just gets over the seam and gets loose.
It up right here on the big screen as Eric Lambert, out of turn number 4. Yeah, late.
You see the back and starts to come around, gets loose, tries saving, and it hooks.
Oh, Loveland and Hayes. Big hits right there. And that may very well end the day of James Loveland, at least competitively. Or rather, Eric Lambert and Brody Hayes. Hayes has taken it behind the wall already. Looks like Kyle McGarvey is taking it behind the wall. We're dropping like flies out here. Robert Gilmore had to come to a complete stop right there to avoid that as well. And the 31 of Eddie Trejo, he was able to lock it down. Nobody ran into him, luckily. That was a close call right there.
Yeah.
Well after the caution.
avoidance by Brockwell almost killed him.
Got back rolling here, though. Under the yellow flag for the second time here in the first 12 laps. Do the leaders start to bring it down this time?
Looking at the pit, see how many tires. I got 6 tires, so 5 sitting in the pits. 10 laps with the tire fallout that we've seen so far. I'm assuming we'll have probably mixed there. As you can see, Zwack, Baffert pitting, Carr. I see a lot of mixed strategies going on here. Some thinking tires will matter, and I think they will, and something tire fall off is not as big for them. So gotta have a mixed amount of strategies here. About 50-50 split here with Zwack leading them down here.
I'll have to see how many actually did come down and how many elect to stay out. Looks like at the moment, 10 drivers or so possibly staying out. Maybe not even that many. Looks like only 6 on my screen here.
Looking at Zwack, I mean, he didn't really fall off. I mean, his first, green flag lap was a 42.1, and he only fell down to a 42.2. So 0.2 of fall off so far, but I mean, these tires are going to probably make some time up as Zwack gets out first. Curious to say, but now, if this run was to go green, these guys on the other tires are going to be at a severe disadvantage. But if they get, 5 or 10 laps, they're going to be in an advantage.
Right, yep. 10 drivers stay out this time. It looks like a few of those, Chris Samar, Jeremiah Vincent, Reggie Ortega, and Nick Gardner, they pit after the first yellow flag. But that wasn't even one completed lap, so that was mostly, I think, damage repairs on those cars.
Yeah.
Everybody else electing to pit here. The top 6 have not taken any other set of tires or damage repairs, so they're still on what they started with. Be interesting to see how this works out, but they'll have that extra set potentially if things go crazy towards the end of this race. And, thinking about last night in the Contender Series, it got pretty wild at the end of that race. I think they had 2 overtime finishes, or overtime attempts, before they finally got to finish, where Alex Pelican took the victory. Nick Gardner was second in that one, so he's got some experience.
Yeah.
But already
and their setup looked like it was a little bit loose. It's not. I don't think it's as loose as this, but their setups were a little bit looser than normal Xfinity setups are. So. I noticed, I was talking to some of the drivers that were in that race, and they said their setups, it built a little bit tight. So this one, I believe, tends to be more to the loose side. So going to be interesting here, especially with these tire strategies. I don't think anybody took 2s, either 4 or none. So see how much ground they're going to be able to gain up. Only 7 or so laps on green flag tires so far, or green flag laps on tires so far.
Yeah, but it will definitely make a difference with the old surface here. So. Those first handful of laps, they might be pretty equal. After that, I don't really know how much it's going to fall off, but...
we haven't really seen it that much.
Yeah, I think it will fall off. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
And those guys out in front, they're hoping that a caution comes out before it does start to fall off. It'll be Keith.
They get 5 laps, those should be good.
Yeah, Keith Maiato, Zach Carr going to be leading us back to the green flag here. Then Michael Sturgill, Bailey Turner, Jeff Wright, and Angelo Ronis, the top 3 rows. Maiato, he's been in control all race long so far, led every single lap. And we've seen him lead.
That might change.
Yeah, we've seen him lead every single lap in some races in the past, but it didn't. There wasn't as much strategy a part of those. As here we go, pace car's off. Maiato's going to lead us back into the restart zone. There he goes, nice jump. But Zach Carr timed it pretty well on the top side. He might be able to hang on a second. We are back green.
They go fanning out to the bottom. Matthews whack with a push from Jeremy Miller, I believe. Now they're going to be on cold tires. These guys are going to be on heat cycle tires. So guys are going to be on mixed agendas here now. You can see Zwack getting loose on that bottom 4 wide with Vincent. About to be 5 wide. Oh,
ooh, that's not going to work. Hard contact.
Big wreck. Another big one. Oh, what a hit for Gimmel.
And that is not how some of these drivers
Miller Baffert
wanted that to go. That just was never going to work out, though. It was a recipe for disaster as soon as they went 3 wide out of turn number 2. Let's take a look at what happened there. It looked like we had Samard involved.
Samard, Baffert, Miller. Yeah, there were 5.
Yeah, it was 5 wide. That is just never going to work out here. As wide as this racetrack is, you know. Samard right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Vincent, Reggie Ortega. Samard gets a little tight there. Baffert gets into
Yeah,
him in the
Miller just
30.
comes up. Yeah, I think Miller just came up there. Look at the hit on the bottom for Ryan Gimmel. Hard with him and Storm Patterson as well. One of the harder hits I've seen in this section. You see the damage model really get to work. Gets
Oh,
turned down to
man.
the bottom.
Oh.
Oh, what a hit. And Patterson hard on the wall. I believe that's Cabot as well. Last week's winner, Seth Hatchell, barely missed it. But that one's going to take at least 6, 7, 8 cars out of it already. 2 big wrecks, not even 20 laps in.
Huge hits for a lot of drivers there. Where's Adam Cabot trying to find his view of what happened? He got into the 9 machine, I think, as he came back down. But Jeremy Miller took a big hit.
Yeah, it's come up. Yeah. Oh, right there. That's going to be decent damage for the 17. I don't know if his toe link might be broken.
How about
Hatch does a
Hatchell?
great job missing it as well. But, oh, man, I almost gets hit by his team. I get we're 15, 16 laps in the race and different tire strategies. But, man, 5 wide, into a 200-mile race. I just don't see why we're doing that so early.
And it's Seth Hatchell saving it right there. Dallas Sullivan also able to navigate all the way through that. So good job by him. But a lot of drivers who also had issues at Daytona in the season opener already with problems in this one. So it's going to be a tough start to the season for a few of these guys.
Interesting. My auto actually came in.
That is an interesting call. Also, Zach Carr brought it in.
Yeah.
And Hatchell brings it down.
I don't believe. I really don't. Oh, interesting.
Hatchell brought it in. He only topped up on fuel, it looks like. Possibly 2 tires. Eddie Trejo, possibly a 2-tire call there as well. Zach Carr brings it in. Had Dane Cruz, Nick Gardner, Jordan Brackell, Eric Lambert still
I
on
think
pit
they all
road.
missed it. They're just getting either damage fixed or just kind of, refueling it, topping it off with fuel. Fuel strategy is not going to be interesting. I think we're only going to be 1 stop away, seeing that we're already almost a 5th through the race. So I think you could run about 40 laps and then also pit, so it'd give you about a 40-lap run to the end. Not going to be cutting it super close, but cutting it close enough. Green, white, checkered, you wouldn't have enough, though. But looking so far, I mean, heck, more than almost half the field is getting caught up in a wreck already. And I think Gardner, 26th, he's got a ton of damage on that 16. I don't think there we go. Yeah, you can see big punch in the nose, big hole in the nose. Luke Knupp is actually exiting pit road. With all the guys that got in that incident or either in the garage packing up, he's probably going to be able to salvage, 6, 7 spots.
Yeah, they've done a great job cleaning up the VSPEED Toyota Camry right there. So Luke, might be able to gain a few here. Brody Hayes is one of them, who's 5 laps ahead of him. He'll be behind the wall. Jeremiah Vincent still sitting on pit road here, the 9 machine. Storm Patterson, the 63. We talked to him before the race. He's already 3 laps down. Samard, Gemmel, Baffert, all those guys caught up in that one.
Believe it or not, man, Vincent, it looked like a decent hit, but not super bad. And I believe he broke a toe link, and Michael Sturgill might have dropped on internet, but
Yeah, he was our race leader.
oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that is a crazy turn of events. That'll promote Angelo Ronis, I believe, up to the top spot for the moment.
And now it depends who's the control car.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But, man, that's unfortunate for the 90 of Michael Sturgill, who was right up there in the mix.
Curious, yeah. So, should we pull down Storm Patterson? I've heard he's out of the infield care center.
Yeah, we can pull him in here, but maybe after the restart and these guys get rolling. Here. It'll be Bailey Turner and Angelo Ronis on the front row now. This has gotten pretty wild here with so many cars already collected, and now Michael Sturgill dropping from the race lead. So we'll see what happens if he's able to make it back, not lose too many laps. He might still have a shot for a good finish the way things have been going here. But Angelo Ronis looks like he's going to be the control car. Pace car off into the pit road, into the Geico restart zone. And Angelo gets us going here. Green flag back in the air after our 3rd caution in the first 20 laps. It is Angelo Ronis, last year's runner-up, leading the field down into turn number 1.
And how many cars left from when we started this race? And remember, still the different tire strategies. Matthew Zwack and I believe Adam Cabot are the first few on, or I don't know if Cabot stayed out, but Matthew Zwack for sure is one of the first guys on these newer Goodyear Eagles. As you can see, 4 wide in the back with Solfridge, Loveland, Faircloth, and I believe that's Kyle Payne. They get it all sorted out back to 3 wide in the mid-pack, but now Zach Carr and Keith Mahada, you can see they're stuck in there. They just came in and took fresh tires. Loveland slides up the track, so does Mayato. Jeff Wright gets loose up at the front. Reggie Ortega giving him a shove down this front stretch.
As we get back to the stripe there, Angelo Ronas still your race leader. The top 3 have not stopped at all in this race. Everybody else has at least made a pit stop. Reggie Ortega early on after the first caution for damage repairs, I believe. But here comes Matthew Zwack as well. Those fresher tires, can he make his way up to the race lead after running second for a while there? 3 wide with Adam Cabot. Reggie Ortega, they settle back to 2 wide. Farther back,
back to the bottom.
Yep, gonna make the move.
Joshua Banks also following suit. I believe he pitted with Zwack as well. He's running down on the outside lane. Ortega almost running up on the wall. You'll see get a big run down this front straightaway, and especially with draft from the 48 as now they pull down and give Zwack the draft. They'll pull back up and give Ortega the draft, kind of working the lines here. As you can see now, Cabot takes it 3 wide with Turner and I believe that's Joshua Banks up there. All the lines. Look at Sartaj Man in that blue and red Toyota Camry on the bottom lane, the 49. He's starting to make his way up and has cracked the top 10. Eric Hutton has also cracked the top 10. As there goes Jeff Wright down to the bottom, battling for the lead with Angelo Ronas.
Yeah, trying to make the move down here into turn number 3. He's going to send it down in the corner there. Look at the dive.
Slide job. He's going to lose all his momentum. He takes away the air of the 21, and the 21's going to go up the racetrack. Both loose. Zwack goes into third now there. Ortega with the crossover. Banks going to give him a shove. Banks is going to take a 3 wide down this front stretch.
How about
back to 2 wide?
AJ Stravato up from 25th, trying to break his way into the top 5 here. He's going to work his way underneath Bailey Turner, who's on the older tires. AJ has taken tires here within the last 10 laps, so he tries to get that 6th position away. But it is Angelo Ronas out in front. Jeff Wright catches the wall there out of turn 2.
Should be good. Now Zwack on those fresher tires. They're starting to make some ground. He'll be battling for the lead, trying to take it away. Joshua Banks also on fresh tires, trying to take the lead away. He's side by side with Wright. Almost makes contact with them. Behind them, Stravato, Ortega, Turner battling for I believe that's the 5th position. And inside the top 5, everything's starting to get a little more packed up. Guys starting to catch each other now. Big push to Angelo Ronas down this front straightaway. Banks looking underneath the 48 of Wright.
Matthew Zwack, your new race leader here. Angelo Ronas in second. Yep, here comes Joshua Banks. So the newer tires starting to prevail. You can see just a bit more grip in the middle of the corner. These guys have to wait a little bit longer to get back to the throttle. Now Jeff Wright going to push the 21 of Angelo Ronas down the backstretch here over the bumps. And here
look at all the ground that the 35 loses. Almost goes back to 3rd, almost 4th. Ortega close up. The new tires paying off here, but Banks needs to get by the 21 and the 48. The 33 also starting to make some run. Oh, Wright gets loose off the corner. Almost gets the 33. Now Ortega will close up on the 48, but the 33 is Stravato now pushing the 21. His teammate of Angelo Ronas. Banks just not able to get past the 21. He's going to have to send it here to get past.
I think he's going to try just that, but not quite clear. Now he's clear.
There goes Stravato now down to the bottom.
All the while, Keith Mayato breaks his way back into the top 10. He's brought Zach Carr a few positions up as well, up to 12th. Hatchell's still back in 14th. They're still fighting their way forward. But it is getting pretty wild up here in the top 10. These guys with the older tires starting to lose ground. Angelo Ronas back to 4th now as Stravato gets by him.
That's right.
He is struggling here. Those old tires.
He is really, really hurting those rears. He's got to be careful here because if it goes green, he's going to have to salvage those. He's not going to want to pit probably for another 30 or so laps to make it all the way on field, at least be comfortable in making it all the way on field. He's got to preserve those rear tires.
The Zwack leads as they exit turn number 2. Joshua Banks starting to close up, though. He's just about 2.5 car lengths behind the 35 machine. Started back in 10th, already up here to 2nd. And yeah, AJ Stravato up into the podium positions for the moment here. 25 laps in after starting 25th, he's up to 3rd. So big mover so far is that 33. Also Jeff Wright, with the strategy call as he brushes the wall once again. I guess he's really taking advantage of the composite body.
I mean, yeah, why not composite? But you don't want to beat it up too much. I can tell you that because eventually it'll give way, and then you don't want to damage that toe link. The toe link could be a race ender. As you can see, Keith Mayato on that 36 and the 27 is Zach Carr. slowly making their way up through the field. Carr and my auto get loose. Turner starting to fall back as well. Carr takes it 3 wide to the middle. Eric Hutton up on the outside in that Chick-fil-A 88. And for the lead, Joshua Banks underneath Matthew Zwack, and he'll take it. And we have a new leader at Auto Club. Zwack gonna cross over here in that Reese's 18.
Ooh, right to the quarter
he's gonna
panel
pull
there.
him.
Not
Man,
quite.
a lot of action back pass behind them with my auto. Carr, Ortega, and Hutton. Right starting to lose a spot. Here comes Sartaj Maan in the 49 car. He's starting to make some moves and getting by the VSPEED 24.
And here comes Seth Hatchell as well, trying to work his way into the top 10. Other drivers like James Loveland and Dennis Faircloth here in the top 15. Faircloth gets passed up for the moment by Dylan Parker.
You can see Cruz, and I believe that's Dallas Sullivan in the 46 as well. He's starting to move their way up. We've gotten spread out, which I'm assuming, unless, you know, a self-spin or anything like that, we could probably, I'll probably jinx it when I say it, but possibility of green flag pit stops now is in the question here.
On board with Joshua Banks as Zwack continues to stalk him here down into turn number 1. 35 of Banks leads.
Too far. Look at that 33.
Stravato right there, waiting in the wings for these guys to make a mistake, and he could try and take that spot away.
Mayato and Carr are making their way up for it now. Mayato side by side with, I believe it's Adam Cabot for the 4th position. And now Ronis and Carr are battling for the 6th position. Carr and Mayato using that bottom lane. As you can see, Mayato drift up the racetrack here. Got to be careful with these tires.
I was going to say, just got to be careful not to run into anybody here. I mean, Keith's obviously got speed here tonight, was leading, and nobody could really keep up with him. So he's working his way back up methodically. And Cabot trying to side draft a little bit here down into turn number 1.
We know that these cars can hit each other, but they can't hit each other too hard. As I think my auto will get the spot. Now it's going to be up to Carr, but Cabot rolling that outside lane. You can see the momentum he's carrying. Mayato knows it's early in the race. We're only still 70 laps to go. There's still plenty of time to be nice and easy with these passes. They still got a while, although time's going to slowly run out once we start getting to green flag pit stops in about, 20 laps here.
Keith trying, he's a little bit loose right there, it looks like, able to hang on to it.
They should be able to get by here, but he's got it. You can see Cabot's being aggressive, side drafting him down the straightaway. Which is what Cabot needs to do. He's stalling them out, but now up at the front, I believe Stravato and Zwack are going at it right now for second up in front. You can see Mayato just can't get by, but Zwack and Stravato. Mayato gets clear of the 17 of Cabot. Now Carr side by side. Eric Hutton having a quiet run. He's up in the 7th position.
Yeah, doing
Carr
a nice
aggressive side draft.
Yeah, and Cabot's been aggressive side drafting back, trying to hang on to these spots here. I mean, he's got slightly older tires than those guys.
Here.
And he's
gonna do it.
He's got damage too, that 17 machine, a little bit of right front damage, so that could be affecting him here at a very aerodynamic racetrack.
Man.
Side by side for second.
Bailey Turner has fallen back all the way to the 14th position. As now you can see on your screen, I believe that's AJ Stravato taking the 2nd position away from Matthew Zwack. A lot of battling in the mid-pack with Mon. I believe that's Loveland, Ortega, Faircloth, Dylan Parker, and Bailey Turner. Turner now back down to 15th. Jeff Wright in 16th. New tires was definitely the way to go. Is now a change for the lead. AJ Stravato underneath Joshua Banks. Gonna clear himself up. Yes, he will. Stravato into 33. To the point, Banks gets in the middle of the wall.
Yeah, Banks just followed him, and he was just a little bit too high right there at the exit of turn number 4. A little rub against the barrier. Looks to be all right for the moment, but he's going to fall to 3rd, and here comes Matthew Zwack now. Can he challenge Stravato to get that lead back? But AJ from 25th to 1st here in the first 32 laps, really on a roll there in the waste management. Camaro, big slide there.
Zwack gets loose there. Now Banks is up to his inside. Now Stravato can kind of play with the lanes here. Zach Carr is only a second back from the 35 and the 7. And he's starting to pull a line, the 36, the 88, and the 17 drifting back and away from these guys with that damage. Look at Eric Hutton here. He's about to try. I think he's trying to pass
Keith Mayato. Yeah, and just noticed Matthew Zwack really struggling with the rear tires on that car. The 35 of Joshua Banks attempted a pass. Zwack went to the top side, and he had a big slide out of turn 4, so he is starting to struggle here.
And you can see Zwack trying to take away the air. Now it's becoming, Stravado has the clean air. It's the best prime position you want to be in. Zwack has second best air, and so on and so forth. But Zwack has a lot of lanes to choose from what line he wants to get out of the 33s at wake. You don't want to follow the car in front of you, really. But you can see he does there, and it might tighten him up, actually. You talk about the air tightening up with aero push.
Oh.
He's getting loose there, so it might help, but it also will hurt because of the aero looseness off with these cars. Now, Joshua Banks, but look who's creeping into the picture. Zach Carr in that 27 Creative Hemp Chevy Camaro. He's starting to close up. Last year's champion starting to close up, and he's dragging along Keith Mayato, who led the first half of 15 laps of this race, and Eric Hutton in that white 88 car. He started closing about 6 cars battling for the lead here.
And a couple of black machines here. The 17 of Adam Cabot in 7th, and now Seth Hatchell's worked his way up to 8th. So Hatchell, who had lost some ground there and just narrowly avoided a couple of wrecks, he topped up on fuel. I don't think he even took any tires 17 laps ago. So he's making his way forward here on possibly older tires, maybe 2 tires. We're not too sure yet, but either way, he's making his way forward and doing a good job keeping that car clean for the moment. Angelo Ronas, the first driver to have not stopped at all, currently rides in 10th. So, he's still got an extra set of tires over the rest of the field here. Could be a good call if it gets pretty messy towards the end, but right now looking pretty clean and green.
And up at the front, Matthew Zwack starting to use those that outside lane. It's going to burn up his tires quicker, but look at the run he gets down the backstretch. He'll be running up on, now he looks underneath AJ Stravado, and now Banks rides right behind him. Banks charges down to the inside underneath Stravado. Stravado in that wake, he gets in that wake, you can see Banks slide up the racetrack. And that's all that aero push for that 33 dumping air right on the 35's nose.
And that's a big run there for Zach Carr, who's going to challenge for 3rd. And here comes Mayato as well. He'll have a big run down into turn number 1. Closes right up to Joshua Banks. Eric Hutton right there with him. And it's about a 2.5 seconds back. It looks like Hatchell he's working the top side, trying to clear Adam Cabot.
See Zwack running that very outside lane, and now side by side with the 27 of Zach Carr. But look at the run down the backstretch he gets. And he gets that air bubble push, and now he looks trying to get underneath the 33. There he goes down to the inside, takes away that 27. Now look at the 35 charge it into the corner. He'll look underneath the 27. Can't really get there. Carr should be able to carry the momentum off.
Stravado
loose. And here comes Zwack down to the bottom.
He almost caught the wall. I don't know if he did brush it, but it was inches, if not less than that. Look at Carr, though. Big moves to the top.
Man, amazing racing so far. Carr up to the outside. Now Banks down right on that bottom. Look at Mayato starting to hook that seam in the 4th position. He's underneath now the 35 of Banks. Banks gets loose out the corner. Mayato gets loose out the corner. And side by side for the lead, a big side draft from Matthew Zwack. And Carr almost hitting the wall down the front stretch, or back stretch.
I think Joshua Banks might have brushed the wall, or maybe that was AJ Stravado. I saw Carr jump up just a little bit.
Oh, slide job. Not going to work. That momentum on the top going to be able to carry. Zwack going to get loose on this front stretch, off this 4. And now
man.
Side draft on the front stretch. Banks is going to have a big run. He's got a push from Stravado here. I don't know if he'll be able to take the run, but long front straightaway here. Look at the run that the 35 has. This is the 35 trying to take it.
Yeah, Zwack was able to side draft Zach Carr there and hold him back just a little bit. That pulls everybody else in. The top 5 right here under a blanket. Seth Hatchell's closed up.
The 34 or 33 of Stravado gets into the back of Banks. Eric Hutton, who was in this battle, has lagged out.
Oh, man, that's the 2nd car tonight. I wonder if he got a server problem. Hopefully nobody else affected.
And look at who has creeped into the picture now. The black and blue number 8 of Seth Hatchell, last year's winner and the 2-time champion, starting to claw his way up into the top 5, battling his teammate and one of his closest rivals this past seasons, and AJ Stravado.
Hatchell, he always finds his way up there, and always a threat to win, along with Stravado and Carr and Mayato. Basically all the heavy hitters up here right now. It's too bad Hutton has fallen out. Jeff Wright also looks like he's had some issues here, is maybe taking it behind the wall. Not sure if we're having server problems here tonight. I know there was just an update. That can make things a little bit unstable at times, but hopefully those guys do come back here. But Matthew Zwack and Zach Carr.
Jeff Wright got loose and hit the wall. And that is what caused him to exit outside. Broke a toe link, I believe, so he's behind the wall. But now at the front, Carr and Zach are just going at it right now. And now my Auto has gotten to the 3rd position. He's going to try to close in on the 27 and 7, and Banks is, man, he is not giving up these positions.
Yeah, he is fighting hard down there. The 35 Matco Tools Camaro has
Oh,
Carr.
man, Carr.
Big
Oh,
bobble. And man, it's crazy when they start sliding around. It seems like they're chasing that car for, 200, 300 yards before they can get a handle on it. And
you can see the sides of these cars are pretty flat. The back ends kind of pop out a little bit, but that's just the way the fenders are. But you can see how flat these cars are on the side. No side draft. You can't really get these cars yawed out like the Gen 6. These cars can get loose, but they don't like stepping out too far.
yeah, as we've got about, what is that, the top 15 or so kind of in sight here. And then it's a little ways back to Reggie Ortega 16th and Eric Lambert 17th. I think kind of first of the cars with heavy damage, 17th position. Currently about 12 seconds behind the leaders. Doing a solid job, 17th position, but he's going to be hoping for more yellows to get more damage repaired on that car. Black continues to lead here, 40 laps down. And Zach Carr not quite able to keep up with him for the moment, but he's trying. He's doing everything here.
Look at who else has crept into the picture. Dylan Parker in the 25 car on the bottom, and that baby blue and dark navy blue car in that 25. He's creeping up into the picture. He's underneath Hatchell, and behind them is Sartaj Mon, and Adam Cabot has kind of fallen back. The guys with the older tires are there, but not as Parker's starting to creep his way up into the top 8, or top 7 or 8, of which these cars are starting to break away here.
Yeah, very impressive. I guess he saved his stuff early on because he is flying right now. I mean, last lap he was 0.3 quicker than the leader.
Wow. Oh, Carr got loose out the corner. Now here comes my Auto for 2nd. Look at Dylan Parker as well. He sends it at the inside. Now 3 wide with the 8 and the 33.
Gotta be careful here.
Gotta carry that momentum though.
Big bobble.
Loose.
Did I see tire smoke
loose.
off the 27 to Zach Carr right there?
You might have, man. These guys are getting loose. And now here comes my Auto for the lead underneath Zwack. And here comes Dylan Parker.
Challenging for 3rd. Yeah, Parker to the inside of Carr. Here comes my Auto for the race lead. Trying to take it back after hitting a little while ago. Is that Ben Bafford working his way off pit road?
Yeah, he's gone out of the pits. They fixed that car. The caution has come out.
And it's the 68 of Kyle Payne around here at the end of the straightaway. He tows it to pit road. Caution is going to fly here. Man, what a crazy group of racing right there at the front of the field, and that's going to slow things down for a moment. Let's take a look at what happened to Kyle Payne.
Heck of a run so far. Let's see.
68 machine. Just joined Simulators Anonymous. He's all the way down there in the bottom of the track, and he just turns to the right. Oh man,
it's interesting. I don't. That's odd. Why it just snapped on the straightaway.
oh man, he hits again. Then he probably
He's
hits.
trying to get it off the wall, and it just keeps going there. Man, hard hit. It's so weird how it just snapped like that. After, I mean, look, he's on the straightaway, and it just.
Oh.
Wow.
Sometimes, when you're turning to the right, some of these stock cars, they don't like turning to the right, and you can lose control, especially on old tires. But Kyle, that's going to be the end of his day there, breaking the right front suspension. Keith Maotto, your race leader, do what he elects
of a battle.
to do. Everybody's going to have to bring it in.
What a heck of a battle at the front, man. And now all those guys that stayed out on their older tires, they have an extra set compared to everybody. So now it becomes interesting. We clicked off a lot of laps, so tire sets aren't going to matter as much. But it's going to be interesting to see the different strategies here as Maotto was able to take the lead from Zwack before the caution came out. And now everybody's going to be coming into pit road here. And everybody should be on fresh tires.
Pit lane is open. Maotto leads him down. Everybody coming down. I think Jeremiah Vincent stopped about 16 laps ago.
Yeah. He's laps down, and so is Jeremy Miller, the guy staying out all laps down.
Maotto will lead them down the 18 right there at his bumper.
Virgil gets the lucky dog.
How many laps off is
He's 2 laps down. Now he's 1 lap down, so he did lose connection.
Oh, Maotto overshoots the... wow, he missed the box by a ton.
And he's still backing in, and barely.
Yeah,
he's still not in.
Oh,
now he's in. He's going to lose a ton of spots. Dylan Parker, fast pit stop. Zwack with a fast pit stop. Should be Zwack up to the front. Parker second. Hatchell and Maotto still hasn't left the box, and now he goes. He's going to fall back outside the top 10.
Yeah, all the way back to 14th at the exit of pit road right there. That is a huge loss, but he's already made his way from around there once before, but he's going to have a taller task with everyone.
Now.
Yeah, everyone on fresh tires here. And Matthews Wax
even Carr missed his box, but he didn't lose that much positions.
I think my auto overshot it. Yeah, he overshot it by like 25 feet right there, so that was huge. Yeah. And that's going to cost him big time. We'll see if he can work his way back up. Still more than half this race left to run, but it's gone by faster than I'd expect. Even with
especially after the first cautions, I thought it would be a little bit wild, but no.
4 cautions, 11 lead changes. That's how competitive it's been at the front here. That's I think we're on pace to have more lead changes tonight than at Daytona.
Yeah. Well, I think we had more like in general at Daytona, but it's every lap. So I mean, I don't know. What did we have at Daytona? 25, 26?
I think it was 25 or 26. Yeah, we could be right around there at the end of this one too, with how many guys have been at the front of the field tonight.
Yeah, who should we pull in here after that run? I mean,
like we're about to go green this next lap. Maybe a quick interview with. We could pull AJ Servato in. I mean, he's had a heck of a race so far.
Get him in here. The Italian Stallion. Let's see. Yeah, where he is. The Italian Stallion, AJ Servato, man. You got a copy?
Yep.
So that looks like some crazy racing. I know you came in, took tires. Other guys were on older tires. How was it out there racing with everybody so far?
Man, this thing's a blast to drive around other people. There's so many different lanes that can come into factor. It just depends on kind of where you're running and what position you're running. Obviously, if you're in second, you want to kind of be on that high line to build up some momentum. When you're in the lead, you're kind of a sit and duck. I was able to pull away a little bit there, but I think I burnt off my left rear just a little bit too much, which is nice to say in these cars. So I'm having fun. Hopefully we can finish well.
Heck yeah, well, man, keep it clean out there, and good luck.
Yes, sir. We're going to try.
All right.
One of the biggest movers so far tonight. He's up 20 spots at the moment, but he's led 5 laps.
We really haven't talked about either. Started 23rd, right in front, directly in front on the row at the start of the grid. Sartaj Man in that 49 car. He's up to the 6th position. He's up, what is he up, 17 spots? So good run for him as well.
Yeah, and Dane Cruz up 20 positions from 29th to 9th. So a lot of guys moving through the field here tonight. Pace car is off into the restart zone. Zwack with control leads him late into the zone. Green flag back in the air, though. And Matthew Zwack leads him across the stripe as we complete lap 45. Now 46 up on the board. 47 now, actually, on the board. We work down into turn 1. See how long we can go on this run.
And see, now everybody has these colder tires, so they're going to have to be easy for it for the first 3 or 4 laps. We expect these guys to start making aggressive moves. You can see 3 wide already mid-pack. Ortega against Dallas Sullivan in the 46, and who's at Angelo Ronis as well up ahead of them. But at the front, Zwack in a little bit of a lead. Parker, and then Banks, Hatchell, Carr, and Adam Cabot got that damage fixed. He's actually back to the 16th position and off of turn 4. Everybody keeping it clean and green so far.
And that's the danger zone, really, is lap 1 exiting that corner, and everybody making it through. So nice job that time. Green flag still in the air. Zwack out in front. And Joshua Banks and Seth Hatchell up into 3rd. Dylan Parker back to 4th. I think he is a little bit sandbagging here.
Yeah, he's saving a ton, actually. I'm kind of surprised by that, but he doesn't want to lose too much track. He's got to remember that last run there, everybody was on the same, or was on different tires. Everybody's on equal tires now. It's going to be harder to pass, especially with more cars having the same amount of tires.
That is for sure. How about James Loveland? Has he been caught up in a couple wrecks here?
He's been caught up in a few.
And he's up here in the top 10, and he's leading it.
Man. Tight squeeze with Cruz, Turner, and I believe it's Dennis Fairclough. Starting to get a little comfortable with this set now. He's starting to move his way up into almost into the top 10. Made a bold move up at the top, and look at him move that momentum up on the top. Really starting to make some moves. And up at the front, we've got a battle for the lead. Joshua Banks underneath Matthew Zwack in the 18. Seth Hatchell in the 8 right behind him. He's pushing Zwack by. And in 4th position, that's, I believe, Zach Carr and AJ Servato in the top 5 as well. Ortega, who was also involved in that first lap wreck, he's up into the 6th position as Banks takes the lead into 3.
And I love the composite bodies. It's almost like a faster pair as Hatchell almost brushes the wall right there. But Banks to the race lead. Matthew Zwack 2nd. Hatchell now hung out to dry on the top side. Everybody down low, working together. Going to lose a couple more spots as Bravado and Carr go by. Here comes Ortega now, going to work to the inside. Hatchel up into the fourth groove.
Oh boy. I don't know if you want to go 4 wide off of 2 battle. Oh, Stravado! Really loose on that bottom. Looks like he got the apron there and almost went around. Big save from the 33, but now Banks able to kind of scoot away a little bit down the straightaway though. Zwack gonna dive in underneath the 35. The 35's been fighting for his positions very hard.
What's incredible to me is Seth Hatchel, he had fallen about 5th or 6th right there. He worked that 4th lane, and look at this. He's challenging right now 3rd position. He's pushing the 2nd place car.
He's going to have a big shove to the 18, but Carr down on the bottom with, I believe that's Ortega in the 2. Banks out here. Still, oh! Oh, man, he almost turned Zwack into the corner.
That was a close call. He's going to lose a lot of ground now as he checked up big time to try and stay off of him. Carr to 2nd. He finished runner-up last week at Daytona. And the reigning champion. He's looking pretty good here so far at Auto Club as well. That 27 machine. He's been the car to beat. No pun intended. For the last 2 seasons. And he's looking strong here in season 6 as well.
And they're starting to pull away. Look at Angelo Ronis, last year's, the 2 first 1 and 2 from last year are already inside the top 5, or battling for inside the top 5. Ronis and Seth Hatchel seem to have Auto Club figured out. They're starting to work their way up there, and Mayato already back up to the 8th position. He got by Faircloth. Faircloth has worked his way inside the top 10. He's battling James Loveland for the 9th position. He'll be able to get it. Mon has fallen out, and Cabot as well as, you know, also running in 12th, 13th. Turner, Dylan Parker's fallen all the way down to 14th. Curious if that saving will actually work as we go later into this run. Ortega now looking under Zwack for the 3rd position.
And we got some Simulators Anonymous fans out there in the chat. Of course, cheer on your drivers throughout the second half of this race. But Dennis Faircloth, he is on the move, up 17 positions from where he started tonight. And a very impressive performance so far here in the first half from him, working that 4th, maybe even 5th lane at times. He loves that top side at basically any track he goes to.
I say he's really been the only one that's really moved up. Zwack's kind of been starting to, you know, think about moving up there, but I think Faircloth's been the guy. I mean, I've seen him on the wall in 1 and 2, so he's been probably the guy that runs the highest so far, and he's probably running the highest in 3 and 4. Everybody kind of on the bottom or 2nd lane. He's been using that top 4th to 5th lane. Just, I don't know if there's enough rubber up there for it to, you know, really come into use in 3 and 4.
He lost a little bit of ground right there. James Loveland right on his tail, but 9th position for the 80 machine. How about Adam Cabot making some moves now, trying to work his way back forward? And Ben Bafford, he's got the car fixed. He's well off the lead lap, though. I mean, looking to just salvage what he can here.
He's 25 laps down. So that's not great. Chris Samard's also 26 laps down. Canup is 30 laps down. So a lot of, what is there, only 28, 29 cars on the racetrack. So, Brock Calvin got into the wall.
21 on the lead lap right now. Lyle Sulfridge currently 21st. Robert Gilmore in the top 20. Solid run from him. Started 35th. He's avoided all the accidents. Kept the car clean.
He's got 15 spots at the front. Really no big changes so far. Everybody kind of staying in line here, knowing what they have to do. Another thing we also have to take into consideration, there's still a green flag pit stop left to go. Once they get to about lap 60, they should be able to make it to the end. But still a green flag pit stop one to go. And now there goes Carr to the bottom and underneath, I believe that's Joshua Banks in the 35.
Banks has been leading for a little while here, but Carr is going to send it down in the corner. Slide job up the hill. And he will. He's clear, but he's not fully pulled up. Now he pulls up in front, but he'll take the race lead. The 27 reigning champion lead, I believe, his first lap of the night, second lap of the night right there. Must have got the nose out in front a little earlier, but 2 laps led for the 27 now. As Joshua Banks to second, Reggie Ortega in that 3rd position. We heard AJ Stravado say the leader's kind of a sitting duck, and that seems to be the case here. Everybody seems to be able to track him back down. Interesting how that's working.
It'll be interesting come the end of the race here, depending on, you know, if it's still, you know, more grouped up like this. I'd be really surprised if it were to. But it could be, and, you know, we could see the bump and run come into play or anything like that. Last year's finish was in a photo finish here at Auto Club, and I'll tell you, might be a possibility. But look at, as we're on board with the 8 now on the normal count, look at who's closed up to this group. The 36, Akid Maato, he just keeps getting up to the front no matter what situation he gets put in. Just finds his way up to the front. But now it's going to be a little bit harder with everybody on equal tires and these guys racing pretty hard.
Driver that was saving his stuff early on, Dylan Parker. I don't think he's picked up the pace just yet. He's still a couple tenths off the race leaders, and he's all the way back to 14th right now, and he is 4.5 seconds behind. So that is how much ground he's lost saving.
So that's a lot of time to gain, but you said he was 0.3 faster on a certain part of the run, so it's possible, but I feel like he would need to be at least 2 seconds behind the pack to really, you know, give himself a fighting shot. Right now, the top 8 have pulled away from Loveland, and now Cabot and Faircloth battling for 9th. Mon is right behind Faircloth in the 8. The Geico bright yellow and blue 80. As you can see, Cabot on that bottom. I don't wonder if that damage is still affecting him a little bit, but he's definitely lost a lot of ground to the leaders.
Yeah, Cabot, though, looking to try and get a couple of top 10s here to kick things off this season. Currently the points leader in that number 17 machine after a very impressive race at Daytona, where he came from the back of the field 2 or 3 times. They've gotten the right front fixed on that car, it looks like. So he might have a little bit more pace in the 17 than he did on the previous couple runs. Out in front, Joshua Banks, big draft down the front stretch. He's going to maybe make a move here into turn 1.
Goes, can he make it stick? Look at Reggie Ortega just waiting for these two to either stall each other out or get together. Ortega kind of right behind the 35 loose out the corner, and behind them Stravato and Ronis side by side. Here comes Hatchell underneath Zwack. A little more movement in this group here. This guy's starting to get after it here. Can Banks make the pass on Carr?
Side by side into turn number 3.
Oh, he's gonna wash up.
Oh boy, that is not what you want to see if you're Zach Carr.
Hard racing between teammates. These two are teammates on the, I believe that's HBR now. And Ortega kind of waiting behind them, not doing anything. Ortega does have his, or they were teammates, his former teammate, but now Dark Smoke Racing is where Ortega's at now. He's in 3rd, waiting behind these 2 teammates. And then you got the other 2 teammates of, I believe that's Stravato and Ronis, and then you got Zwack on PPM, I believe. And then you got the 2 VSPEED cars.
And Banks has to settle back in line, but man, he was challenging there for about a lap and a half alongside it. That's very impressive. Obviously good speed in the 35, even though he's running in that 2nd spot. Carr obviously starting to struggle a little bit out in front. You can see he pulls out here, but there's definitely some wobble in the back end of that race car.
At clean air, you're going to be looser. It's just naturally how it is. The car's driving at its best, its prime. And as you can see, 3 wide, now back to 2 wide with Ronis and Zwack, and I believe that's Hatchell, but you know, you're going to be burning off a little more right rear than the guys that are going to be in dirty air. The dirty air burn off the right front actually kind of stabilizes, especially with the setup so far. Kind of stabilizes. You can see 3 wide, almost going 4 here. Maato pushing his teammate down the backstretch. Here comes Stravato down to the inside underneath Ortega. Zwack was running that top lane. As he tried to run into the top lane in 3, trying to get out of the wake from Ortega. Looks like Stravato kind of pushes up the racetrack. Getting side by side, the top 2 starting to slowly but surely break away, as you can see.
Oh, man. That is tight right there. The 18 is Zwack. He's got a great run, though. He'll pull alongside Stravato.
He's going to pull back to 33.
That was crazy because AJ was all the way up in front of him, and he obviously just hesitated a moment right there. That opened the door for Zwack, and he's going to take the spot.
He is, man. Dennis Faircloth's trying to lose some positions. He's already back down to 15th. I mean, he might have burned up his stuff. Looks like he's really loose now. Going to fall back to 16th to Dallas Sullivan, Eric Lambert. Ben backwards a few laps down. He's in 29th, so he's kind of a non-factor at the moment.
Oh, Faircloth's in the wall. Did he blow a tire? He's hit the wall hard.
Yeah.
The right front broke in entirely.
Well, I don't think he blew a tire. Get a replay. Oh, he's coming back down. He should be good here. Did he get hit by Dallas Sullivan?
Oh, he got loose on entry or something.
Loose? Did he hit the wall entry that which got him loose?
Go to another view here.
Here's the onboard.
Let's go on board with him here to the helmet cam. Yeah.
Yeah, he did get into the wall.
Oh, and then he lost control. Unfortunate. Having such a good run, takes it to pit road. That's going to probably be the end of his competitive day. or will be the end.
The lead. Oh, Ortega gets loose. But yeah, Banks just took the lead. Ortega just got loose off of 4.
He'll fall to 8th. One driver I was going
Yeah.
to mention quickly, Eric Lambert, he's had his car cleaned up. And that
He
second
has.
group back there actually doing a nice job. A lot of them have gotten their cars fully repaired. So it's going to be, you know, if those guys can get a caution here and catch back up, all of them could be competitive race cars to have a shot at this race win. Bailey Turner back here. Dylan Parker starting to come towards the front. He's starting to close back up.
Zwack trying to get from second. Oh man, I almost got in front of the 27 there, but or he did. And Zwack's going to go to second here. Banks took the lead from Carr. Carr's tires maybe starting to fall off a little bit more, but man, Carr giving a big shove down this front stretch. Now looking back up, Zwack goes to block it. Hatchell and Travato closing up, as well as Ronis and Mayato. Ortega seems like he's lost this draft. Yeah, he's really starting to fall off. Maya pushed his tire star. He's falling back to the clutches of the 56 of James Loveland. And now only 35 laps to go within the fuel window to make it to the end. Curious to see if we have anybody short pit. Seems like tires really matter so far. Had to check the lap times on Joshua Banks, but from when this run started, his first lap of 42.4, and now turning 43.7, about 2 or at least a second and a half off pace as Travato gets close to the 27 of Zach Carr.
Yeah, almost made the move right there, but single file still up here in the top 7. But big run from Zwack, gets blocked by Banks. Here he goes to the bottom. Big send into the corner. I don't know if he's making this corner.
Well, he made it, but man, I don't think he's going to keep the lead. Banks with a big run to the bottom. Wow, he almost made that stick. And he did. He's going to, whoa, Banks almost turns him.
That is close right there down the backstretch. The 35 still has the nose kind of in there.
He's there. It looks like Zwack's car is definitely driving the best out of all these guys. You can see it gets tight. Now they're going to go 3 wide. Back to 2 wide with the Banks on the inside, Carr on the very inside. Carr's going to lose some positions. Here comes Travato now down to the outside of the 27 of Zach Carr. Ronis and now Hatchell and Mayato starting to close into this battle as well.
It is getting competitive up here at the front. Reggie Ortega losing a position for the moment to James Loveland as the 56 tries to get up in front. Not sure if he's going to be able to. And he does out of turn number 2, so Loveland up to 8th. But this is
Somebody
pretty...
almost lost it up at the front. I believe it might have been Carr that hit the wall there. Got pretty close to it.
Up there on the top side. Yeah, no damage on the 27, but he is definitely sliding around. Mayato right there on the bumper now. Got to be very careful.
Here goes Travato now looking underneath Banks. Oh, he's there now.
Trying to take second position away. AJ Travato, who's been up here now at the front for quite some time. And very strong, sends it down.
Trying to get the 2-for-1 special. He might be able to as he slides up the racetrack almost into Banks. These guys, you can see they're starting.
Oh man.
Banks almost gets into the 33, and behind them at the back, I mean, who's that? I think that's Ortega and Loveland. Dylan Parker starting to make his way up. Getting 2 positions here in the 25. At the front, though, tires starting to come into play here. We're almost at least on a 20-lap run. One of the longer ones we've had.
Cabot as well. He's picking up pretty good lap times right here, competitive with the race leaders. But Sartaj Man and Dylan Parker, they've been faster than the race leader. Let's take a look at the lap times here. A little bit slower. But
I mean, these guys side by side up here, you know, it's going to bring Cabot, maybe Mon and Parker in. I think with Loveland, Ortega, Turner, Cruz starting to kind of fall back a little bit, but especially with these guys side by side, as you can see with Mayato and Hatchell, these guys that are running single file behind them should be able to catch up.
yeah, the gap 2.7 seconds back to Adam Cabot, only 2 seconds behind Angelo Ronis, and as he starts to sniff the draft probably in a handful of laps. You know, that's going to really help them out and close them in that much faster. But the 17 up the hill, here comes the 49, going to look down low. Not going to make a move that time.
Yeah, Mon needs to just push the 17. He knows he's faster. He just needs to be easy with it. He needs to push that 29.
Up at the front, Zwack up the hill. Here comes Travato now looking down in the inside. Could have a good run out of turn 2. 18 gets loose. But AJ not able to get the power down.
Carry. Seems like that momentum up on the top is just able to carry so much farther. As you can see down in the back, Bailey Turner, James Loveland slicing and dicing down for the 12th position or 11th position. But at the front, you can see Travato. Seems like he's got a little more turn in the middle, but Zwack on that high side able to carry the momentum. He gets loose though, and now Keith Maiato is up to third, who arguably has been maybe the best car all day, as long as the top, 8 have been the best, the best 8 cars today. As you can see, Travato really trying to make his move on Zwack. Looks underneath. Can he get to the 7 and side draft him on the straightaway?
This has been some exciting racing here tonight. Nobody can seem to get away, but it's taken a lot of skill, a lot of bold moves as well, and some of these guys continue to make their way to the front. Oh no!
Oh, no!
Locks it down.
Caution's gonna come out.
Wow. Did not expect that. Kind of what we saw from Kyle Payne. When he turned back to the right, the car just hooked.
Yeah.
But able to keep it off the wall for the most part there. Let's take a look.
I think it's really similar to Kyle Payne. I don't know why that car's doing that. That's so weird.
Well, the backstretch is pretty bumpy here.
You can see.
He's behind the 27 of Zach Carr. But over the bump there, up the hill, gets loose. Didn't catch the wall.
He's good. It just hooks. That's so weird. And, oh man, he almost killed Angela, and he locks it down here. That's what probably triggered the caution. But great effort, just only being banks down this backstretch. I mean, that could have been way bigger.
He gets rolling here, keeps the car clean and in one piece as well. That's going to be very important. He wants a shot at the win here, closing in on the last quarter of this race. It's going to be Matthew
my
Zwack.
Lord. You know what just happened? At the time the caution came out, the 46 made his pit stop. And if he does, he's going to cycle out to the lead.
Wow. A couple other cars made pit stops too, but they are not on the lead.
Yeah, Dallas Sullivan was the only guy on the lead lap that actually came in, so he can hurry his way around the track and keep his tires close. Should be able to get the lead here, depending on if he doesn't pit. But everybody coming down pit lane, a busy pit lane, and now it's going to be all about being easy. As you can see, Michael Sturgill is going to get his lap back, and he'll be on the lead lap, so put his 22 on the lead, or 21 on the lead lap. But now, time to not miss your box. These could be the most crucial pit stops of the day. Could be the these will for sure be the final pit stops of the day if it goes green.
Could be the money stop as here comes Zwack and Maiato charging in the box. Doesn't
nice
make.
and easy
Oh, Dylan Parker had to back up.
Turner and Parker had to back up.
And there's Dallas Sullivan.
Sullivan will go to the lead. Oh boy.
Wow. What
Great strategy call. Oh, Maiato with a beautiful pit stop to the line. Zwack's going to get it. Maiato's going to get a spot out of it. Then it goes Hatchell. I believe that's Carr. Mon really having a good pit crew so far. Really good stops. He'll go up to 7th. I believe Ronis, Parker, Cruz up to the top 10. Dallas Sullivan with a... I think we should pull him down.
Yeah, let's pull him in here.
Let's get him here. I gotta find what channel he's in. There he is.
Yeah.
Dallas Sullivan, you got a copy, driver?
Yes, sir.
What a pit call. I mean,
I think that might have been my luckiest break I've ever had in this league, man.
I'm telling you, you got the lead now. Do you think you can hold on to it with all these guys fighting behind you?
Dude, I don't know what's about to happen here, but we're gonna send it.
Heck yeah,
and,
man. Well,
we're
don't
gonna
wreck.
see how it sticks.
Heck yeah. Well, don't wreck, brother. And again, hats
Thanks,
off to the pit call.
thanks for the encouragement there. We'll do our best.
Yeah, no problem, brother. Well, good luck, man, and go get your first win.
Hey, we'll give it our best shot. Thanks, bud.
Heck
Good luck,
yeah.
Dallas.
Dallas Sullivan, one of the admins in this league, and like I said, one of the best breaks he's ever gotten, and now he is the leader of this race. Gets a bonus point as well for leading the lap.
Where he is at right now coming into this race, but these bonus points so important early on in the season. You can kind of build a cushion to the 10th or 12th position rather, to get into that chase. And he was a chase driver.
He was. And even then, he can just, he can already kind of just be nice and easy here. He's got himself as much track position as you can ask for.
Yeah, just gotta not bin it here, right? You gotta try and keep that car in one piece for the rest of it. Looking at the standings, he did not get a good finish
A lot of guys didn't get a good finish at Auto Club. If Cabot can just, finish in the top 10. Another guy as well, Carr, who probably could take the points lead. I don't know if Cabot's really taken or led a lap so far, so.
Yeah, Cabot does not have any laps led. He's just outside the top 15. Still has a shot at this now that the car's all
Carr
cleaned
should be
up.
able to take, yeah, Carr might be able to take up the lead. Another guy who got a good finish was, I believe, Sartaj Man, who got a good, I think he got 6th or 7th at Daytona. So it's,
Here we go.
good spot here.
Green flag back in the air. Good jump for Dallas. He let him halfway into that restart zone, but Zach caught sleeping a little bit. So Dallas, with a couple car lengths down into turn 1, should be able to hang on to it here, possibly for this first lap. Gotta be careful.
Gotta be easy on the cold tires. Sullivan does have heated up tires, but he's got to be easy here. He's in clean air. He hasn't been in this position all race long. He's just got to hold it behind them. Not much movement now. There is movement. 3, 4 wide down the front or down the backstretch. Turner, Cruz, Gardner fanning out down this backstretch, but Dallas Sullivan in the 46 Martin Sports Ford Mustang. He's got the lead, and he's going to try to keep the lead. Now Auto slides up and almost hits Zach. Sullivan should be able to lead this lap down the front stretch. Sullivan, a guy we haven't talked about all race, leading the field in California.
Dallas Sullivan across the stripe there, side by side, 4-second. Matthew Zwack and Keith Maiato and Zach Carr right there behind them. Then AJ Stravato, Seth Hatchell, Angelo Rona, Sartaj Man, Reggie Ortega, and Dylan Parker back into the top 10, that 25 machine, but it's getting tight back here. The 24, the 56, little contact.
Oh, man.
Eric Lambert up there in the top side. He got squeezed up into, I think, by Bailey Turner. Good job by all those drivers, though. And Lambert on the move here in 11th, slides up the hill.
Oh, he almost gets in a Cabot, gives him a little bump.
Gotta be careful. Oh, he's
That's
still
that
loose.
Time of the race. It's that time of the race.
Everyone is pushing out in front. Dallas Sullivan still 2 car lengths over Matthews Whack. The 18,
It's gotta
though.
be easy here. He cannot push his tires. If he can save his tires up at clean air, they're gonna burn the rear tires off. He can just manage them. He's got the track position. He needs to hold off these guys that are behind him. If they can race each other, burn their tires off, Sullivan just needs to be easy, and he might be able to walk away at least with the top 5.
Saw him have a few races last season where he was up there contending, strategy calls, but also on speed. He really did take a step forward in these next-gen cars and made his way into the chase. Just finished outside the top 10 in the points, but big slide right there. Here comes Zwack.
He's got a oh, caution comes out. Oh, big wreck on the front stretch. Joshua Banks, Gardner, Lambert, and I believe, who was that Bailey Turner as well? Michael Sturgill involved just after getting his lap back, and we saw them racing hard.
Let's take a look here, see what happened to bring this one out. But a lot of drivers definitely, oh man.
Oh, what a hit. Hit backward.
This start with, Adam Cabot and
Cabot,
Eric Lambert. Oh my goodness, so we are
Cruz, and then, big hit by Banks. And I believe was that Gardner as well?
So this started with Adam Cabot and Eric Lambert both getting sideways, but really Lambert just lost the back end of that race car.
They got loose as well, and just got loose. And Cruz up into the wall. Loveland, Banks, Gardner, Eddie Trail, just missing the wreck.
Michael Sturgill, he get collected. Oh,
Yeah,
he
he
did.
did.
Loveland
Oh.
as well. Nick Gardner.
Nick Gardner.
That's gonna, I think, be the end of his night. But
At the front, everybody stays out except Keith Maiato. Keith Maiato, Dane Cruz, Nick Gardner, and a few others coming in. Prime opportunity to get those fresh tires, those extra sets that you saved. I'm surprised that nobody else came in. Dallas Sullivan's still in the lead here, and I think he's going to know what to do. He's gotten clean air. He's gotten some. This is Dallas Sullivan's best shot since he had at Kentucky last year.
I think also it was Martinsville, a race where he was at the front, I think on a strategy call possibly, or maybe a track like that. I can't remember if it was Martinsville or another one, but he definitely had a few races last season where he called, an incredible strategy race and nearly had an opportunity to win. And Kentucky, though, it was only a few laps remaining in that one, and he was still out in front over AJ Stravato, who ultimately ended up winning that one. But could have it here tonight. It's going to be 20 more laps, on the edge of his seat.
Though. I mean, how many laps was that? We'll take a look here. I think that was 3 or 4 laps, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, let me look at AJ Stravato here because I don't believe he wrecked. So, yeah, that was 3 laps. I'm surprised that my auto pitted. He, gave us some track position for some fresh tires, but maybe he knows something everybody else doesn't. Eddie Trejo quietly in 11th. Lyle Sofridge in 12th. I believe that's going to be Robert Gilmore will be in 13th. Gardner 15th. This a lot of more cars than I was expecting to get wrecked here. But, we talked about cold tires on the restarts, and guys, especially now pushing these cars as hard as they can after getting comfortable with the setup. Guys starting to push the limits pretty hard, and we're seeing some guys, crash.
Definitely been a brace of attrition here. Keith Mayato, he's going to roll off 13th on this restart with those fresh tires. Also, Adam Cabot, he's going to be right there behind him, so an opportunity for those guys. Cabot goes flying by. What happened there? Maybe Keith got a penalty? Maybe not. I'm not too sure. Right now he's slipped behind Cabot, though. So we'll see what happens there. The 36. Oh, they're just getting back in line. I see. Dallas Sullivan. Long pit lane camera there. 46 of Dallas Sullivan out in front. Are they doubled up? Pace car lights off. They are.
Pace car lights are off. The sun just reflecting, showing them on almost.
Yeah, we'll be going.
I mean, if Dallas was able to win this race, I mean, could you imagine?
I can't imagine the celebration that would be
Yeah.
going on with him and his cat. That'd be quite the time.
His cat, I know he's a big cat guy, isn't he?
Yeah. And Dallas is doing a lot of road racing. I know that they do the endurance races here with a lot of guys from below the double yellow, and he really stepped it up though across the board. Put himself right now with good track position here. Gonna be 20 to go. Still a long
Track
ways
time
yet.
is best time. I can tell you, track time. Any little bit of experience you can get really helps. That's gonna be interesting. Keith Mayato, the first guy on new tires, I believe. Banks, Loveland also on new tires. Will they play a factor? Dallas Sullivan, the Cinderella story, still leading this race. Can he close it off? He's gonna have a pack of hard charging drivers trying to win this race as well. Pace cars off into the Geico restart zone. Sullivan stacking up, going. Carr gets a good start as well, but Sullivan able to pull about a car length.
Gonna have to hold off at 27, who's always a contender. How about Mayato already making moves to the inside 3 wide beneath Sulfridge and Gilmore. Keep an eye on the 36, the 17, the 35, all of those guys. Like Joshua Banks' car looks pretty solid even after taking some big hits there.
Up in the front, Carr trying to get underneath Sullivan, can't do it. Zwack now has a big run down the back. His car side drafting him down this backstretch. Sullivan still in the lead in that 46. He'll drive it down to the inside. Carr all the way on the white line, and on the top goes Matthew Zwack. Big run coming from the 7 off of the corner. You can see the run he's generating. Will he get clear of Carr to make the move? No, not yet. Yes, he does. Down to the inside goes Zwack. Sullivan can't defend it, and now Carr leaves Zwack.
That's a Kyle Busch move if I've ever seen one right there. That 18
He's
machine
gonna get it.
takes the lead away. Here comes Carr as well.
Sullivan got tight there. Now he's in air. He's just going to have to be easy. Now he can kind of time those moves. Oh, we got trouble. Joshua Banks sliding down the inside wall to the inside wall.
Oh,
No
man.
caution.
Just what happened to him
Same thing,
before. Oh, huge
what a
tank
hit.
slapper. Wow, that's even harder than Gemmel's hit earlier on. He's able to
And at
roll
the-
away, but that car is broken.
At the front now, you can see Zwack now Zwack in the lead. Sullivan sadly trying to slip back. Ortega gets underneath him. Stravato up into third. Zwack still in the lead now. Carr down to the bottom.
See Eddie Trejo up there in the 5th lane through turns 1 and 2, just outside the top
California
10
native.
there. Yeah.
California native, he lives kind of in the Orange County area, and he's already knocking on the door for a top 10. Up at the front, Zwack starting to kind of gap. Only going to be coming back to 16 laps to go here. Still a long way to go for these tires. You got to be easy. Trejo gets up into the wall now, but on the charge is that blue and yellow with the yellow roof number on that roof is Keith Mayato. Mayato starting to make his way up to the front on those fresher tires. Can he get up to the front and challenge for the win?
Yeah, Dallas Sullivan has fallen back to 7th here. Dylan Parker now trying to work him over as they exit turn number 2. Big bobble there from the 46. Mayato. Yeah, goes down to the bottom of the track here. Now he'll try and make the 2-for-1 special into turn 3. But Dylan Parker, he's got other ideas. Holds it steady there in the middle.
And Sullivan's still up on that outside. He charged into the corner with Parker, and there's still 3 wide out the corner. Wow, where does Adam Cabot go? It's about that time of the race. He might make it 4. Mon still there. Still, look at Cabot. He thought about it. Now he's going to push the 3 of Dylan Parker and trying to get by the 36 and the 46.
Dallas doing a solid job up there, though. It's going to be really tight between he and Cabot.
Oh, man.
Cabot pulls it down the track, though, stays off of the 46 as they work their way down the backstretch. It is still Matt Swack. And here comes Hatchell, yeah.
Hatchell underneath the 2 of... Oh, you can see Stravato takes his airway and he drifts at the racetrack. And here comes Angelo Ronis in the 21. Ortega getting loose off the corner. Everybody getting loose out the corner, pushing these cars to the limit. 15 laps to go from Auto Club. Zwack in the lead.
And he has been one of the dominant drivers. 26 laps led now. Got to be careful not to burn his stuff up, though. Zach Carr waiting for him to do just that. 9 laps led for the number 27. AJ Stravato, who's been up and down through the field all day. 5 laps led here in 3rd position. Contact between Parker and Keith Mayato there. They live to tell the tale, though, as here comes Adam Cabot as well. All those drivers in the top 10 have a shot at this race.
Yeah, Parker almost got clear of the 8, trying to, but he just can't. Momentum on the top starting to roll for the 8. Almost clear, just can't do it. He will roll that bottom, but he'll now get draft from the 21 and should be able to keep him at least even with the 8. The 8's teammate going to give him a shove. Can Parker clear and get the 6th position away from Seth Hatchell? Doesn't look like he can do it. Zwack opened up about a 4/10 of a second lead over Zach Carr in the 27. Here comes Ronis underneath, I believe that's Ortega. Just cannot carry the momentum like the top can.
And it looks like Angelo's going to be able to slot in line in front of Hatchell, though, but that allows the 8 to pull forward here. Look at the 25, send it down into turn 3. Got a lot of grip down there.
Oh, he gets on that apron, though. He got loose up the corner, drifts at the racetrack, almost contact with the 17. And the 36, Turner gets up into the wall behind them. Parker, all the momentum lost. Now Sullivan and Mann will drive by his outside.
Costly mistake right there with the laps waning here as he will fall to the back of the top 10 side by side.
Ortega next to it, the 33 of Stravato now gets loose off the corner, starting to stall each other out here. And now it looks like those top 2 starting to kind of pull away Stravato, and now it looks like Ronis getting a huge push from Hatchell.
How about that? Hatchell and Ronis working together right now. They were the 1-2 finishers last season in this race. And Mayato and Cabot side by side kind of stalling each other out. These guys are holding each other up and could cost themselves a race win, though. Closing in on 10 to go. Zach Carr closing in on the 18 of Matthew Zwack.
Zwack is trying to hold on, and that draft is really his worst enemy right now. As you can see, Ortega and Ronis making a little bit of contact off of turn 2. Everybody keeps it straight. Hatchell now goes up to the outside. Zwack's shaking the draft down the straightaway, snaking down the back. And now here comes Hatchell. Now Cabot's going to take him 3 wide into 3.
And Cabot making
he might get the 3-for-1 special if he really felt like it. He'll get drift at the racetrack. He'll get Ortega, and he will barely get Mayato. Mayato rolling the top. Doesn't get Hatchell. Now no momentum up on the inside. Everybody going to drive by him. He just doesn't have the push.
Got a little pull, though, from those lead cars, but it is going to cost him making that move down there. Here comes Mayato now going to send it to the inside of his teammate.
Mayato now, Dylan Parker, Sartaj Mon, Bailey Turner starting to creep into the picture. Gardner creeping into the picture as well.
That is crazy to me that Nick Gardner has a shot at this race win. They have fixed that car nicely. The number 16 dialed in racing machine just outside the top 10, runner-up in the contender race last night. He have a shot at if things go sideways here for the race leaders. That car closing in, though. He's now got it down to about 2 car lengths, so Zwack starting to lose some ground.
36. Here comes the 36 of the 21 Mayato, and now Ronis underneath the 33 of AJ Stravato. Up at the front, Zwack still leading. Carr trying everything he can to get close to that 18.
He works down to the bottom lane. He closed up a ton right there.
He got a good bite off the corner. He's got to keep the power down. Mayato really starting to roll. Mayato with a huge push to the choice. And never mind, he'll look underneath them. He doesn't want to stay behind that 27.
Took Keith until the second to last race last season to get his first win, and he is
He's
looking
underneath
really
Zwack.
good here.
Underneath Zwack, he moves him up the racetrack. Keith Mayato looking for the win, his first win of the year. Zwack goes down the side wrap. Carr pushes the 18. Here comes the 33 and the 8. 10 laps to go from Auto Club Speedway. Who is going to get it? 3 different lanes being used. Zwack on the top. Carr looking to the middle. 3 wide for the race lead.
I think Mayato might be able to
Should
clear
be able to
right
clear.
here. Zwack got really loose
He's
up
gonna
at the
take
top.
it.
Oh man, look at the
Oh,
crossover.
Zwack with the cross. And he's going to pull back the 36. Can he take the lead in the 3? What does Zach Carr do? Carr goes down to the bottom. He'll help the 7. The 36 is not going to be able to get to the door, but the 18 drifts up. He gets into Mayato.
And Keith drifts up the track, stays off the wall though, hangs on to the race lead. Here comes Travato with the big run on the top. Here comes Hatchell, Cabot, Parker, and Ortega, all of those drivers. Look at this big group here, all the way back to Bailey Turner in 11th position, all in contention to win this race. Laps winding down. It is Keith Mayato out in front, lap 93 on the board. And Zwack goes way up the hill there. What happened to Zach Carr? He lost some ground down on the bottom.
Amazing racing here from Auto Club. As you can see, Stravato now goes down to the inside. Keith Mayato starting to open up a gap. About a 3-4 car length gap. Now Stravato, here comes Dylan Parker down to the bottom, almost underneath the 27.
That 25 car has been on the move on these later runs.
Carr
Big
gets
slide. Carr has
What
used
a
his stuff.
save.
I think he's used everything up here. That car, he's going to fall to the back of this lead group all the way outside the top 10. Just that short of a span. He goes all the way to the back of that group. The 33 of Stravato now to second, and he chased down his familiar foe in Keith Mayato out in front. Those two, no strangers to each other at all. They have done so many battles throughout the last few seasons, and always contenders here in this Premier Series.
Got a long way to make up, but here comes Dylan Parker underneath the 17 and the 8. Almost going 3 wide. They are 3 wide with Zwack. Will they be able to make it out of the corner? Hatchell gets loose. Zwack gets loose. Almost contact between all 3. They're starting to stall each other out. The race becomes between the 33 and the 36. Stravato and Mayato battling for the win here in California.
And farther back, Dylan Parker, or behind Dylan Parker.
Garner into the wall!
Oh! I don't
Will
think
the caution come out is the question. Garner, a big hit going into turn 1.
that was a huge hit
Oh,
right there.
Zach Carr gets loose. Oh, they're spinning down the back. Zach Carr spins. Whoa, there goes Sartaj, man, and Bailey Turner. Rodas slams the outside wall. They're up in the air. Goes James Loveland over the gas. And the caution comes out for a
Oh,
green
my
light checkered.
Goodness, so much just happened right there. Let's go take a look. It all started with, that was Nick Gardner. And who was the other car that got caught up with him? Was that Jeremy Miller?
Jeremy
oh,
Miller,
Loveland
yeah,
too.
Loveland into Garner, hard hit.
Gonna look at it right here. Nick Gardner, the 16 Celsius machine. It's turned off the nose. And, oh, huge
Oh,
hit.
hard hit. Miller, hard hit.
And
And then
Loveland
up ahead.
was slow there, but we saw, who was it, Bailey Turner?
Zach
oh,
Carr got loose.
yeah, let's see what happened here. Trying to recover from the other
gets
mistake. Oh, man.
Oh, and then Mon tried to save it, and he slammed back up.
Oh, man.
And then Ronas tried to miss, and his car snapped and went hard into
Oh.
the outside wall.
Wow, it's just like a domino effect. And Loveland's sliding through the grass down here as he tried to avoid it.
And it goes up in the air now.
And he lost
At
it to
the
the right,
front.
too. Wow, look at that car
Yeah.
fly.
That is so weird. And now at the front, pit stops, the money stop. Everybody bringing it down pit lane. Who will win the race off of pit road? You have to be on it. If you miss your box, you might cost yourself a shot at the win.
Is anybody going to try 2 tires here with such a short
I
run?
know, a possibility. Somebody in the back might actually try it.
Yeah, they get into
Lyle
their boxes
Solford
here.
staying out.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's see. Mayato seems to make the box pretty easy. Zwack, everybody making it nice and easy here.
Who gets out
Gilmore, I
first?
believe Gilmore took 2 tires.
He did.
Gilmore will go to second. If not, race lead.
Dylan
Parker
Parker.
takes two, I believe, as well. And then Mayato out first, and it goes Stravato, Zwack, Hatchell,
Cabot.
Cabot,
Yeah, so
and then, yeah, wow.
Robert Gilmore did not even stop in his box, so I think he may be coming back
Oh.
around.
He may or may not. I mean, it's that time of the race. There might not be a need here. You're going for the win here. I don't think those tires are going to be able to hold up, though. There's not going to be any way.
I don't think so. Is Lyle Sulfridge staying out for the moment? He may be just trying to get a bonus point. I believe he had a top 10 finish last week to open up the season, so he could just be trying to collect points here. I mean, there's not that many cars left in the race. Only 17 on the lead lap out of the 36 that started. And Nick Gardner, I think he's done for the night now, finally, in that number 16 machine. That
car's been alive so long, and it just with 2 to go, or 5 to go.
Like Angelo Ronis, he's sitting on pit road.
Yeah,
His race.
Sulfridge, Gilmore, and Parker all staying out now, all battling for the win. Should be an under normal green flag or green white checkered. Guys staying out on old tires. Oh man, it's gonna be something.
Pace car lights are
These
off.
boys are gonna get wide. These cars are gonna get wide, and they gotta watch out for the wheel spin, especially the top 2 at the front.
Yeah, and then it'll be Dylan Parker on 2 tires, and Keith Mayato gonna have the first car with 4 fresh tires.
Assure you this, Mayato is taking it straight up to the wall. He is gonna try everything to get around the top 2 here.
It's going to be a wild finish. A couple guys we're not used to seeing at the front all that often. Lyle Sulfridge, Robert Gilmore. We'll see what they can do here. Laps, there's not many left. You know, they've got to hang on.
2 to go.
Yeah, it'll be 2 to go when we get the green flag here. It'll be Lyle Sulfridge in control on the restart. The 70 machine. The 40 of Robert Gilmore going to be to his outside here. He react well. Can he get a solid top 10 finish out of this thing tonight? Only 15 cars left on the lead lap.
Well, at least for himself a top 15.
And that's a net gain of 20 positions for him from the start of this race. No matter if he finishes on the last car on the lead lap, or if finishes better than that, you know, just the more the merrier there. But and it's gonna get wild.
Yes, it is. They gotta be watching out for the pace car's really far away. They gotta watch out for the wheel spin here. Man, Sulfridge is really far behind the pace car.
Not sure what's going on right there. Just to let you know, we've had 22 lead changes in this one, so very close to Daytona. Here we go.
Into the Geico restart zone. 2 laps to go from California. Green flag up in the air. Lyle Sulfridge on the gas. Gilmore spins the tires. Mayato stuck behind him. Where does Dylan Parker go?
Got those 2 tires. Could Dylan Parker have the race-winning strategy? Sulfridge leads him down into turn 1. He's going to go up the hill. Here comes Dylan Parker. Mayato! Can he save it?
4-5 wide Zwack into Sulfridge. They crash. Treo spins. Caution's going to come back out. Ortega and Cabot make contact. Big wreck down the back stretch.
Sullivan. Does he keep it off the wall?
Yes. And the caution comes out again. Dylan Parker is going to be the leader. AJ Stravato, Seth Hatchell. Caution coming out. Old tires just did not work.
I cannot believe Keith Mayato just saved that race car.
That's amazing. Gilmore just got tight there and gets into the 36. Great save by Mayato. And then there were 5 wide here. Sulfridge into Zwack. Zwack goes into Cabot. And then behind them, Banks, Sullivan, I believe Eddie Trejo also spun as well.
Yeah, he
got Trejo underneath Banks. And then I think Mon might have also got in it as well.
What happened here? Did the 35 just come down? Oh, 31 caught the apron.
The apron and bounced in the...
And good save by Banks, but how about Dallas Sullivan, man?
Hopefully he didn't break a toe link there.
Pretty hard hit. Did he keep it off the wall?
I think he tapped it. He might Wow, that's amazing.
That's as close as it gets. I mean, he couldn't have seen that coming either. Look at that. Like, no way to know that you're going to get hit inside.
Great reaction, just lock it down as soon as he knew.
Saved his race right there. Drivers led 8 laps tonight. He'll be able to fight to the end here. potentially a couple drivers, though, getting collected in that. Will Robert Gilmore and Lyle Sulfridge bring it in now?
Bringing it in. Gilmore's staying out.
That
Sulfridge
is-
bringing it. I don't know why Gilmore wouldn't have pitted because there's only 15 on the lead lap. Why not? But you never know.
Gives new life to AJ Stravato, Seth Hatchell, Adam Cabot. Did he go for 2 wins in a row here to open things up?
Or did it happen? No, it didn't happen last year, huh? When was it when Stravato went like? Oh no, he won the season opener, and then it took a few races for him to win.
Yeah, and then he won 2 or 3 in a row there. Yeah, we've had it happen
Oh no,
though.
it was. He went 3 in a row.
Yeah, to start the season, and then it took a while for I think Zach Carr and then Hatchell were really the only winners for quite some time in that season, and they were ultimately the big 3 fighting for the championship as well. This is going to be very, very interesting as Dylan Parker on these 2 tires. See what he can do here. AJ Stravato, Seth Hatchell, Adam Cabot, Reggie Ortega. Then it's Zwack, Mayato. Gilmore in 8th. He's going to have some trouble here, I think, with the old tires.
Yeah.
James Loveland, too.
Yeah.
Man, he's been through the ringer tonight. I cannot believe it.
He's been through it all, yeah.
He is in the top 10.
I'll be right back. I got to do something real quick.
Okay.
We'll be back before the restart, though. Trust me. I'll be
Yes,
there.
We do want to thank you so much for joining us here on VSPEED tonight. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. Who do you think wins this one here tonight, folks? If you're on your favorite driver, who's going to take the victory? Is it going to be Dylan Parker on the 2 tires? Will it be the Italian stallion AJ Stravato in 2nd? Somebody else here. Top 15 still left on the lead lap. Could be anyone's race tonight. Been an exciting one. To recap, 8 cautions here in the first 100 laps. We just clicked over the official distance, and we're going to be going green here this next time by 23 total lead changes.
All right. Hey.
Welcome back.
Hey, sorry. I've been talking all day, and my voice was like dying, so I thought I'd get water real quick, refresh.
Not a bad call here.
Summer, drink water. I encourage you. Drink water. It's summer, end of summer. Man, we're almost to fall. It's gonna be wild.
Yeah, and the weather, it's been so hot, so definitely stay hydrated out there. I know it's so easy to fall behind on drinking water if you're busy and not thinking about it, but try and keep up throughout the day. Bring a big bottle with you wherever you're going. It's the best way to stay reminded is if you're carrying that bottle around. But how about this restart here? It's going to be an overtime restart. We just clicked past the official distance. I think...
get 3 attempts, right?
Yeah, 3 attempts. You think Dylan Parker can hang on here?
2 tires is interesting. We've seen it work this year in the actual NASCAR Cup Series where 2 tires work over track position. Maybe they'll still even just for, this very short time, but 2 laps is usually the max before they really start falling off. So I'm curious if he can hold on. We saw Alex Bowman pull this strategy out at Las Vegas and was able to win that race because of a 2-tire call. But everybody else on 4 is going to be hard to beat.
It is going to be hard to beat. AJ Stravato maybe in the best position, but Hatchell and Cabot possibly in just as good a position. They're going to be in that 2nd row. They can time this restart possibly a little bit here. What does Dylan Parker do? Into the restart zone. Green flag. Good jump there as Jeremiah Vincent spins the tires farther back. But Dylan Parker...
Organization on the top. A lot of organization on the top, man. Ooh.
Dylan Parker, those 2 tires. He's out in front by 2 car lengths. Hasn't gotten a chance to really test them here. But Hatchell now charges on the inside.
We got lap cars right in front of the leaders. I hope they get out of the way. Zwack down on the bottom. Who is that? I believe that's Adam Cabot, last week's winner. Oh, Parker gets loose on the straightaway. Almost wrecks the car. Now Stravato goes underneath for the lead.
Can he do it again? AJ Stravato. He's won these.
Zwack's there.
Zwack is there. The 25 struggling big time, though. He's losing ground. Here comes Mayato. Maybe brushes the wall right there. Challenge.
Here comes Cabot with a huge push.
White flag in the air. We're going to finish this race under green. Doesn't matter what happens from here. Whoever crosses the line first, that's your race winner. AJ Stravato and Zwack. They're going to door. Here comes Cabot. Here comes Mayato.
3 wide for the lead. Stravato's going to pull back the 20 to 17. Cabot looking for 2 in a row.
They're going to send it down here behind him, though. No doubt about it. But Cabot, where did he come from?
Here comes Zwack to the bottom. Zwack trying, just just won't get there. Oh, Cabot gets loose. Swack gets loose. A push from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it at Auto Club.
Oh my goodness, photo finishes 41 thousandths of a second. That is 2 photo finishes for Adam Cabot to start this season. He gets it done. Was that the only lap he led? No, he did lead a few other ones, but
Like 4 laps.
man.
How about it? What a race.
I cannot believe that. Out of nowhere, it
What
looked
a
like
move.
Zwack had it. It looked like Cabot or Bravado had it. It looked like Parker had it, and then it's Adam Cabot in the end.
What an amazing race. What a move.
Let's go back and
From,
watch it again.
What a move from Cabot. Perfect opportunity.
Going
I mean,
back
man,
here.
what? He's using that outside lane, and the bottom 2 guys, side by side, they're stalling each other, and they get into each other. Perfect opportunity for Cabot to just carry the momentum past the 33, and just not enough for the 18 and the 33 to stick with them. And then Cabot, or Zwack, just tried. He tried in that 18. He dominated this race. And now, here comes Zwack on the inside. Tries. Cabot gets loose. Zwack gets loose. Just can't do it. Look at the push the 36 gives the 33. And just wasn't enough. And the Magic Man himself gets 2 in a row. Seems to be a new trend lately.
And I have a correction to make, Alec. That was the only
Please.
lap
Was
he
the only
led.
lap? That's all you need. You only need to lead 1, and he led the most important lap. They don't call him the Magic Man for nothing. I mean, dang, that was Kevin Harvick as the closer getting the win.
That is Adam Cabot, 2 in a row to open things off here. He wasn't even sure he was going to make this race. He comes out here, started back in 12th, and leads just the last stretch there, down the back stretch and through 3 and 4 to take the win. We're going to pull him up as well as AJ Stravato and Matthew Zwack, the top 3 finishers, after a quick word from our sponsors. Back at the racetrack now, we're going to be pulling in our 3rd place finisher who had a great performance tonight, Matt Zwack. And Alec, I believe you're with him.
I am with him. Matthew, you led a lot of laps tonight. could argue you were the best car of the day. We come down to a green-white checkered. You side by side, almost door banging with the 33, and then all of a sudden the 17 came out of nowhere. Man, take us through that last restart.
Yeah, we were cutting it up a lot. I did think I was one of the best cars. I think me and Keith had probably two of the fastest cars up there with Zach. But on the last restart, it was just trying to keep as much momentum as possible, which worked down the backstretch. Dylan, I don't know what he did with 2 to go, but he got loose, and then I kind of just bombed it into 3, hoping for a prayer, and it stuck. And then I should have gone to AJ's outside, and I didn't. I went to his inside. And I went down into 1, and the car just didn't turn. I don't know why. I thought for sure I was going to bomb it in there. I was going to be able to... I didn't even drive it in that hard, and it didn't stick. And by then, I'm on the bottom. It's just too little, too late. I tried in the 3, but not enough time.
Yeah, well, I know it's unfortunate to get third and even leading the most laps. I got to ask you, though, next week we go to Pocono, and I know it's similar with the drafting here, like here at Auto Club in Michigan. So what are you expecting that going out to Pocono?
I did FTF at Pocono last weekend, and it's going to be another drafty race, but there's definitely going to be pulling away, and you're going to have to be a lot more strategic making a pass than I guess here, so to speak. But it's going to be another fun race. This is the second race I've done here, and I had a blast with this one.
Heck yeah, man. Well, before we let you go, anybody want to give a shout out to?
I guess we'll give a shout out to all the PPM boys, everyone who runs the league, you guys broadcasts, and just putting it all on. Wouldn't have fun if it wasn't for you guys. So, yeah, it's about it.
All right. Well, we appreciate you, Matt, and congratulations on third place, man. And we'll see you next week in Pocono.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
That is third place finisher Matthew Zwack, and we are pulling up now second place finisher. That is going to be Strato. AJ, this is Adam and Alec in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Hey man, what a wild race for you. Started towards the back, you drove up to the front, and man, describe that finish, that race there between you and Matt Zwack and Adam Cabot there coming to the line.
Yeah, that was that was fun, man. I'm not even mad that I lost like that, but yeah, the beginning of the race was just dodging wrecks. That's pretty much all it was, and we had a couple really close calls. I don't know how I missed some of them, but made it through, worked our way through the field. That was just such a fun setup to drive. You could drive, make passes on the bottom, make passes on the top, take kind of where the momentum was going, and it was a lot of fun. But that last restart, I had the lead, and Zwack got a good run out of the corner. I couldn't block it, so I just tried to kind of pinch him down in 1, and he kind of slid up the track, and out of nowhere, man, Adam just got a really good run. And kind of by the time I saw it, if it was, I'll be honest, most of the other field, I would have tried to throw a block right there, and if we wrecked, we wrecked. But Adam's a good buddy of mine. He's also my teammate, so, I would have preferred me to go 1-2 and, him push me to the win, but Adam's a hell of a driver, and he's a good dude. So I'll take anybody doing that wicked move off of 2. Definitely be him. I'm looking back at it right now. I definitely should have side drafted him a little bit more, at least keep him on my outside. But it was just so tight right there. I didn't want to put myself or Zwack in a bad situation. So after Daytona, we'll take a second, got some laps led, and had a lot of fun. That's what it's all about. So hopefully we'll move on next week and finish one spot better.
Yeah, they definitely knew you were there, contending at the front. Really, as soon as you got there into the top 5, you were just you were racing it up with those guys, putting on a great show for us. We go to Pocono next week. How do you feel about going to the Tricky Triangle?
Well, considering the amount of road to protesting I've had to do, and I didn't do so hot there because it's just it's a draft fest. It's really hard to pass at times. But these Cup cars make it a lot more entertaining. You have a lot more power, and you can put on a good show. I remember the last time we came here, the set was really on edge and loose, so I had a lot of fun driving it. I think we won last time here, so hopefully we can replicate that and, like I said, finish one spot better than today.
Sure, well, you made the 33 look really good out there tonight, and we'll see if you can get that first win next week at Pocono. But anybody want to give a shout-out to for runner-up here tonight?
Just the Sad Boys teammates. It's a lot of fun this year. Some guys I've known for a really long time. We're finally racing again, and having a lot of fun. My Kia, check them out. Definitely VSPEED below the double yellow, and yourself, Adam, and Alec, for doing a hell of a job. These are a lot of fun to watch afterwards. Hopefully, put on a good show for you guys and everybody watching.
Oh yeah, definitely an amazing race to go back and watch. You're gonna really enjoy this one, I think. But great run out there, AJ. Thanks for putting on an incredible performance for us to watch, and catch you next week.
Sounds good, brother. You have a good one.
Congrats, AJ.
Thank you.
Second place finisher AJ Servato now to go to race winner. He led just about half a lap. Alec, I believe you're with Mr. Cabot.
I am the Magic Man himself, 2 weeks in a row in victory lane, and both in exciting fashion and bumper to bumper, as of course. Adam, man, you worked a little magic on that last lap using that Larson line, Reddick line, whatever you want to call it, and you stole the win from Matthew Zwack and AJ Stravato, man. How are you feeling?
Alec, I don't even know what to say after that one. I mean, like, no exaggeration, that's probably the most pumped I've ever been after a win, because I wasn't expecting it. I was off all night. It took me, I was gonna say it took me the entire race to kind of try to figure this car out, but I still don't think I really had it figured out, like as good as Zwack and AJ and a lot of the top 5 did. But I just kind of kept trying to learn and figure out how to not. I mean, you made a setup that definitely that definitely threw me for a loop. So. But I don't know. I mean, it seems like everything kind of went wrong up until that last lap there. I got caught up in a pile up at the beginning with I think one of the Vincents was like turned up against me, and we basically came to a stop on the inside and had 25 seconds of damage from that. Then on lap 94, I just was trying too hard and overcorrected into the wall like hard, and I thought I would have broken a toe link or something, and I had a minute of damage, but the car was still going straight. Didn't fix any of it. Came in, took tires there at the end, and I don't know. I mean, there was a little bit of, I guess, just restart luck and magic and stuff there. But, I mean, they talk about the golden horseshoe that Jimmy Johnson used to have. After the last 2 races, I think I found it, because I really should not have won either of these races. I don't know where that grip came from on the last lap and on the top of 1 and 2 there. I was just trying to help AJ. AJ's my teammate, and I'm like, dude, I got a minute of damage. I haven't gotten up to speed yet, but my car probably doesn't have power. I'm just going to push you through the restart zone, and then I'll probably fall off, but I'm going to do what I can do to help you get this win. And then I was surprised I didn't fall back further, so I'm like, all right, let me go really high up in the turn. I'm probably going to get loose and like wreck myself again, but like at least get some clean air, get a run. Maybe I can bump draft AJ down the back, help him clear Zwack. And then, I don't know, I never even fully let off the throttle, and the car just stuck right next to the wall. We didn't get loose at all, and I just got this massive run and took the lead. So I think I'm probably more confused than anyone else, but I mean, I won't question it too much, I guess. I'll take it. That was so exciting. That was so much fun.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, because, man, that was a heck of a show watching up here from the booth, man. And I need to ask you, you've won 2 in a row. Do you think you can go 3 in a row and 3 in a row next week at Pocono?
I guess I'm gonna have to try now, right? Like I can't just not race.
Might.
So I'll probably be there. Pocono is definitely, I mean, no pun intended, it's a tricky track for sure. So, you know, I don't think I can show up without practice like I did tonight and learn during the race. I think I'm gonna have to probably try to figure some stuff out beforehand. And yeah, it's probably not one of my better tracks, but at this rate, I mean, I wasn't really one of the better drivers tonight, and it still worked out. So who knows? I'll give my best shot and see if I can still keep that horseshoe up there. You know?
Yeah, well, you know, we got to respect. I think that's old Kevin Harvick quote, and it was actually made at this racetrack.
You're right, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think it was 2010. But from that, obviously, before we let you go, just have a ball after that win. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, obviously my sad boy teammates. You know, I got to give a big shout out to AJ because he gave me room off of 2 there. I mean, I definitely caught him by surprise. I caught, you know, everyone by surprise, including myself. But he gave me room there and was a really good teammate there. So big shout out to him. Shout out to all my teammates. And like I always say, you know, everyone who makes the league happen, the broadcast happen, because I know I'm definitely having fun out there in this league. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem, man. And again, congratulations on your win, man. The Magic Man, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Cabot. Congrats, brother.
Thanks, Alec.
All right, and that'll do it for our top 3 here. Adam Cabot, the race winner, 2 weeks in a row in photo finish fashion. How much better does it? It doesn't get any better than that.
It really doesn't, and I hope all you folks enjoyed that because, man, that was one of the best races I've seen on this service, man. Let me tell you, these boys put on such a good show, and we talk about the most competitive. One of the most competitive seasons this league has ever seen, if not the most competitive, and it showed right there. I mean, we might have had 5, 7, 8, 9 different leaders, and might have had more different leaders than we did at Daytona than we did here at Auto Club. So, or we had more leaders at Auto Club than we might have had at Daytona. So, again, just awesome racing again, and just shout out to these drivers for just putting on a show. Man, Pocono's going to be fun next week. Like you said, a lot different. Probably going to be more difficult to pass, but nonetheless, it'll probably be entertaining. So I'm looking forward to it. Again, I hope all of you guys enjoyed, man, because appreciate you watching. Because, man, we just scream our heads off watching commercial race cars. But, man, it's so great that you guys get to experience it with us. And, man, just what a show. Again, what a show. Hats off to the drivers again. All the guys that who put on this league, and obviously you, Adam, for letting me come up here and scream at virtual race cars, man. This is awesome. And let me tell you, this is just some of the best right now, man.
Yeah, these have been incredible races to open up this season here, season 6 in the Premier Series. Adam Cabot, the Magic Man, gets it done 2 weeks in a row now after 8 cautions and 25 lead changes. He takes the checkered 41 thousandths ahead of AJ Stravato. Comes home runner-up here tonight. Matthew Zwack, incredible race from him. He finishes 3rd. Keith Mayato, the pole sitter, also salvages a top 5 after all of his troubles in the second half of the race. Joshua Banks somehow comes home 5th in this one. Seth Hatchell, 6th finish, a solid finish. He did that after Daytona. Zach Carr comes home 7th. Reggie Ortega 8th. Sartaj Maan comes home in 9th. And James Loveland rounds out the top 10.
So we got Dylan Parker in 11th. Dallas Sullivan almost had a strategy that worked in 12th. Dylan Parker took 2 and got 11th. Eddie Trejo, nice run in 13th. Lyle Solfridge, a good strategy, and he'll finish 14th. Robert Gilmore, 15th. They were the last cars on the racetrack there. And then Bailey Turner, 16th. Angelo Ronas, 17th. Dane Cruz, 18th. Nick Gardner, 19th. And Jeremiah Vincent, tough day, and managed to get a top 20 out of it.
21st, Jeremy Miller. 22nd, Chris Samard. 23rd, Michael Sturgill. 24th, Eric Lambert. 25th, Dennis Fairclough. 26th, Ben Bafford. 27th was Jeff Wright. 28th, Kyle Payne. 29th, Jordan Brockel. And rounding out the top 30 was Eric Hutton.
31st, Luke Knupp. 32nd, Ryan Gimmel. 33rd, Storm Patterson. 34th, Brody Hayes. 35th, Kyle McGarvey. And 36th, Daniel D. Cunningham. Round out your your field tonight. And again, man, what a great race. Congrats to Adam Cabot, and congrats to the top 3, and top to everybody for finishing this race. And, man, I'm looking forward to Pocono. I'm ready for can Adam get 3 in a row is the real question now.
I don't know. He's going to track with 3 corners, so maybe that's a good omen to get 3 in a row there. We'll see what he can do. 17 cars on fire to start things off here this season. Thank you so much for watching tonight. We'll be back on Thursday night with the BMW Car Club of America from Circuit Zolder. So tune in. That season is starting to wind down. Only a few more races, so tune in Thursday nights for that. We'll be back next Tuesday from Pocono in this series as well. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and check out the great sponsors of this league at the in the video description. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. I know we sure did. We will catch you all next time.